Where we left off last session, you guys were traveling back to the Vistani Camp outside of Vallaki in hopes of finding Kasimir. And on the way from Crest to Vallaki, you guys had a good day and a half's journey. You ran into some villagers who believed that the other had turned into a vampire and was attempting to bury him alive. And you also were ambushed by a druidic seer and some undead priests that she'd summoned from the earth. But after a fairly quick dispatch, a not so harrowing journey, you guys have made it to the Vistani Camp itself. And upon approach, you heard a whispering voice in the bush and a deep, feral, feline growl before you heard a whispered "Sick'em." And that's where we left off. Is there anything that anyone wants to address from last time before we get started, or any questions?
Can you define the word sick?
I think that sick has multiple definitions, but in this context, it would be a command.
And he said him. Who's he referring to?
Or sick
yeah,
like
it could
EM?
be someone else, right? DM?
It was an M. It was a sick M, like a shortened version of them.
I'm still holding that hope.
Did we get the sense that that was directed at us or directed outwardly?
That you're gonna have to find out.
Well, how far away is this voice from us? How many feet?
Well, why don't we get into that? So,
Before I'm asking questions.
also real quick, I'm going to, as I said, we've been doing a lot of travel, and I realized that although travel, I think for the most part has been fairly consistent, there have been a couple outliers where travel has been inconsistent in distances. So, here's the map. Upon review of our past material, and kind of the general guidelines, I'm saying that anytime you take hexes, you have to trace roads because you can't just travel through wilderness, but 6 miles in hexes on this particular map is about a day's travel on foot. You can travel an additional mile in a day if you're in a hurry and push yourselves, but it will cost you a point of exhaustion. With horses, your speed is about 133% faster, meaning you can travel 8 miles in a day, and similarly, you can push the horses an extra 2 miles for a similar effect. But as I said, it's along path lines, so that would make this was your halfway during journey to Kresk. And then we had this be a little bit longer as far as like a day. But from this point, because upon review, originally we said the Vistani Camp was a 3-day journey to the Wizard of Wines, which is about 3 of those 6 hexes. And so that's what I'm using as the guideline. So from this point, that'll inform some decisions. Also, just a heads up, that means that the journey that you're about to go on there's a day, there's a day, 2, there's a day.
Could we steal a boat and go down the river?
We don't have to steal
2.
one.
So it'll take,
oh yeah, you're right.
that's actually, if you were to do that,
understand.
that would make, so there's 6. There's 6.
Cut the time in half.
What is the flow
It cuts
of this
about
river,
a day.
Really?
It cuts
Is it
about a
fast
day.
river?
Well, also,
How are you doing that? How are you doing that ad part? I was trying desperately to figure that out.
I'm a fucking magician, bro.
Damn.
Control click.
It's control clicking.
Considering that there's water around the mountain, I think we'd be going upstream. So I don't think that would be very, very fun for us.
I have Druidcraft. I'll just make the water go the other direction for just the top part of the water. That's it.
So here, so if we trace the whole path,
Well, when we come back, we'll come down the river.
That sounds fun.
that is 31 miles. So it'd be 5 days by the path on
Or
foot.
3 days by.
Or how do
sailboat.
I undo all of that? Okay, and then if we were to do it by boat, you have
Bye.
Gonna try and do
Oh, no.
high chat, but
it's about it cuts the time in half. 31 miles to 16 miles. So it becomes a little less than a 3-day journey rather than a 5-day journey.
But we don't know how scary this entire area is.
You also pass through the swamplands from which you've heard the rumors of.
But we want to go.
There's some witch delivering babies out there.
Yeah. On our way back down, we'll swing by the swampland. We'll go down the river. Going down the bayou.
That's true. The elevation, technically, you would be going upriver.
Yeah, that's what.
Yep, that's also valid.
So my dreams are shattered. I wanted to go on a little cruise with my
Unless you
friends.
can get horses, in which case that 31 miles becomes, instead of 5 days, a 4-day.
We no longer rely on horses.
We'll steal a tiger of incredible size.
Incredible
Instead of
size.
freed up horses are bad.
All right. Anyway, so back to. Is it this one? There we are. Actually, so you guys hear Sikkim. I believe it was who was the perception check? It was Adunbi and Sten both saw it.
I don't think
According to the-
I scored high enough. I think it was just.
think
Yeah,
it
we
was
got
me.
a 15 and a 17.
Okay,
I
then
think it
we'll
was just a Doonby.
we'll just say Adunbi. So
I think it was-
Adunbi. What was that?
I think it was me and a Doomby.
Ah, it was
Oh.
you and Adunbi. Okay. So you and Adunbi look over, and from the shadows where you hear this voice, you look over and you see this giant tiger crouching down, and its joints tensing and its shoulders rolling as it kind of looks, and this growl emits from its throat. And then you catch eyes with a familiar figure past the tiger who looks over, sees you. His eyes go wide, and he weighs the tiger down. Heel, heel, heel. And the tiger confusedly kind of shuffles back a little bit and seems a little shocked. And Rictavio looks over at and catches eyes with you and Adunbi, Alistair and Adunbi, and kind of like covers his finger and waves you over, kind of hiding in the shadows of the trees.
Was the tiger aimed at us?
No, it was rolling its shoulders towards the camp itself.
Oh, okay.
I saw him being outside, also I'm immediately gonna sneak over. Be sneaky.
Okay.
Sneaky.
Let me see if I can unwall the tiger, actually.
Oh wow, he's huge! I forgot how big he is!
He's a big,
Okay, wait, I'm
big
not-
boy.
I'm just gonna hide behind the bush because I don't know what's going on with the stunt. Them. We're just gonna. I'll stay here. It's fine.
And what
Rick-
are you doing? You're not supposed to be here.
Did the whole group follow?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm slow.
Hell yeah.
It seems like a feral tiger. I'll keep
Yeah.
some distance.
I think that's the point. None of us are supposed to be here. We just, we're trying to get home. So what are you doing here?
No, not here as in Barovia. Here as in here. You sent me a letter saying that you were still going to be in Kresk.
And then we ran into a friend of yours. What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm staging an ambush.
You and the Tyger.
Does it look like there's anyone else around?
And why would you be doing that to the Vistani?
Because they're servants of Strahd. Why else?
I don't know that that's true.
Strahd owes the Vistani a great debt. They are able to come and go as they please. All of them have some debt they owe Strahd. None of them can be trusted. By ridding ourselves of them, we're making our lives easier when we potentially go after him.
Can I see his face from where I'm at?
Yes.
Can I do an insight check to see if he has ulterior motives to maybe harm the Vistani?
Go for it.
Same.
Lying to me, I guess.
Did you say 9?
I said lying to me.
Oh, lying, yes.
But yeah, pretty close. 10.
Oh no.
Okay. His reasoning seems sound. He seems a little tenser than he should be.
Am I allowed to too? 'Cause
Of course, yes.
super suspicious.
No.
Yes.
You rolled a 1, but a higher number than I rolled.
I would say same thing for 12.
Hey.
Also, look at what Todd got me.
That's
Adorable.
amazing.
Oh, that's so
Isn't
sick.
it awesome?
It's gonna be in the background.
Can you fit dice in there?
Basically a mini.
Oh, I don't think it actually opens, does it?
It's got a I could put, it could be a dice jail for one dice.
Oh,
could
it
go
is
in
not the
that.
place to put your finger. Watch out. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that it has teeth.
Well, maybe I'll cut it open and make it like a little bag.
That's adorable.
Put a little
Just slap some duct tape on it. You're good to go.
good to go.
But
I'm sorry, did you just say we?
well, you're here now, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not associating with this at all.
These people have been friends to us thus far. Have you even talked to them?
I don't need to talk to them. I know their kind. I've dealt with their kind before, many times. None of them can be trusted except one, and she isn't here.
Oh, we lost a doobie.
No. How did we come back? You can blame it all.
Now, with the dude be gone, our faces are messed up.
Please hold for
I
technical.
think our faces were already messed up. Hey, I'm still me.
Oh, I can be me. Hold on, I'm over here. It's turned into a door.
Oh,
What?
we're coming back.
I'm a Doonby now. Now
There
I'm
we go. Now we're back. Okay,
Hello. Cool.
You didn't miss anything.
Well, I mean, we
Okay.
did like defeat the whole camp, so.
Oh shit.
They're all dead.
Yeah.
Alistair actually just raised undead. It's kind of crazy.
What?
That's a
I
spell
knew he was a
that I have.
vampire.
How wise do you think a giant tiger is? Just spitballing. If it had to like make a wisdom save for like no good reason.
That's for you to find out.
Kind of just asking the team on that one.
He goes, I don't have time for this. You told me you would be in Crest. What are you doing here?
We specifically came to talk to them, so not sure what you're planning here, but you're looking pretty bad.
And what business might you have with them?
Business against Strahd.
And do you think that they aren't informing him of your every move? You think you can trust them with this information?
I think he already knows our every move.
He pulls out the letter. Well, we might as well address this since you're here. What are these artifacts you spoke of. What questions do you have?
Gonna do this right here, right now, whispering.
I'm not going to reveal myself to the enemy.
Oh
And if
my
you
God.
have business with them, then it seems that I have business to attend to elsewhere.
Guys, what do you want to do?
Part of me wants to say face the darkness alone.
Like,
Rictavio, how much do you trust Esmeralda?
He pauses for a second. So it was her you found. Is she all right?
Seems to be worried about you.
She has no reason to worry about me. I can handle myself.
I think you have a lot of reason to worry about her. She almost tried to fight Strahd by herself.
She did what?
I know. Crazy. How much do you trust her?
He pauses for a moment. I trust her a great deal. But if she is acting as reckless as to try and confront Strahd on her own, then she is in great danger. Where did you see her last? Is she still in Kresk?
Did you only read a portion of that letter?
No, you said that Strahd was on his way there. I presumed that you were waiting to ambush him there. But if you're here and she's there, then is she continuing to face this alone?
That's
do.
a very reasonable question.
I thought above table can't remember. I thought she was leaving.
I also thought she left, but I have no idea.
I don't remember nor care to remember. I want to kill this guy right now.
She told you guys that without the abbot, basically
Her plans
Strahd
kerfuffled.
Strahd had no reason to come, and B, the opportunity of an ambush was pretty moot, so she was leaving.
Well,
And it was in a bit of a huff.
Mim wants to. She's gonna like try and gather up her friends and do like a group huddle. She's like, "Come here," you know, like a sports huddle. Are they gonna come?
Oh, yeah, I'll walk over. I guess turn
Huddle with
around. You're right
me.
behind me.
Ignoring Rictavio though. Oh, I was like in Twitch trying to zoom in and move the map instead of found. Okay. So, I like look over at Rictavio, make sure he can't hear me. Hopefully,
He sees you huddling, and he goes, "I'm right here. I can see you."
cool. And I turn back and I start whispering again. Okay, we have to face the darkness alone, but that doesn't mean he can't be an ally now. Still, right?
It also doesn't. We don't know if that's necessarily true. However, this guy's just more of a hassle than it's worth.
I don't know about that. Because doesn't he have a good amount of information on Strahd?
Seems to, but he's also lied to us the entire way.
And apparently everybody else, he had like 5 different names. From Esmeralda's point of view.
I mean, if your goal was to hunt down the scary evil dude in control, wouldn't you want to have different names?
Irina
just,
chimes in. He seems to be getting on the Tyger. And you look over, and he is in fact climbing up the Tyger.
I would like to not fight a tiger.
I don't let him leave.
I'd also like to not lose our items if we show them to him and he gets interested.
Oh shit, everybody still has those on them, right? He does know about them.
Know about which thing?
As you guys
Specifically
are-
on you, the Sword of Sunlight.
As you guys are huddled, he like turns the Tyger and calls down. Look, I don't know what your plan is. I don't know what business you have here. But if she's out there trying to face Strahd alone, I must go find her. And if you don't want to discuss the artifacts you've already informed me of, then I'm going to be on my way.
All right, well, we don't have another way to contact you, so be off and find us if you ever get interested. Toodaloo.
He looks around the group, shrugs. Good luck. And off
You
he goes.
as well.
He rides off into the forest.
Before he gets out of 120-foot range,
Uh-huh.
Very
I'm gonna
specific.
cast message.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember the map specifically, but there was like a little town and a bridge near the southern mountains, right?
Let's take a look. The map. That's not the right map.
The
I repeat, the map.
map. Yeah. Oh, there's a little right here.
This? Does that have a name?
You do not have one for it yet, but you haven't asked anyone either.
And then looking at our map in game, we would know how far away that is from where we are.
Yes, so that is the 5-day travel mark. Or 6-day travel mark by foot. 5-day by horse.
How do I describe this in a couple words? I'll use your message. I'll say, we'll be at the bridge. Oh God, is that the only? No, there's a bridge right here. Shit. We'll be at the bridge near the southern mountains in about 5 days. Maybe we talk then.
He responds, perhaps. I must make sure Esmeralda's safe first. And that's what you get.
Okay, I just messaged him.
Right.
Hopefully setting up a better location and more time if we actually do want to talk about what we have.
That's beyond fair. We've played by his rules enough. It's time that he plays by ours.
But if we have no means of contacting him, we just have to go by the calendar, I guess. So,
I'm not sure he'll play by anyone's rules but his, at least from what he's shown. But we can hope for a difference, I guess.
We don't necessarily have to keep playing by rules and games with him. All we have to do is just try and get information. Because he might have information. We don't have to be on the same team as him or whatever. But I'm just saying.
He also hates all of us, though.
well, if we're
But-
just traveling with Kasimir, hopefully that removes his disdain for other denizens here.
Also, he hates Vistani, but wants to save Esmeralda. That holds little to no sense.
Well, he seems to have some sort of specific relationship with Esmeralda. From at least the way he refers to her. And the fact that she's looking for him, there's clearly a history there.
Well, if we meet both of them at the same time, I would love to tell Esmeralda all about how he was going to kill the Vistani. But conversation for a different time. Shall we continue?
Hey, maybe we have a leg up on a conversation today. We saved them from a tiger attack.
That we did.
All right.
I don't know. Just looking around, I think we may have saved him.
Well,
All right, so you guys walk into the camp, and you see the familiar hill, upon the center of which is the big tent surrounded by wagons. And then down at the base of the hill, there's the various homes and houses built into the base of the hill. And as before, there are dark cloaked, kind of onyx-skinned figures standing in front of each of the houses. And you can see around some of the tents and some of the wagons, there's a few Vistani gather around campfires or lounging against the wagons themselves, drinking, laughing, telling stories. Once again, kind of a generally more lively scene than the average Barovian encounter. Most the Vistani don't seem burdened by the weight of this place as other people do. But as
This is the main tent.
yes, this is the entrance to the main tent here.
do we recognize these people at the fire?
Not the ones who are out here. These are just
Okay.
your average entertainers.
Howdy ho, neighborino.
One raises a glass. Hello, colorful friend. Cheers. Takes a swig of a flask. Will you be joining us for storytelling tonight? He gestures at the seats around the fire. And the other woman seems to be weaving something made of beads and thread in the light of the candlelight. Has like one of those kind of handkerchiefs wrapped around her head with the dangling like pieces of silver.
Ooh, I would very much like to join you, yes. And Sten, my long-eared friend over here, has quite the knack for telling stories.
Truly, it would be a gift to hear of the tales of your travels.
Of course.
Andar and Sten take a seat at the fire. Irina kind of looks at the fire and kind of gestures at the tent, and then looks at the rest of you like, are we making a pit stop?
Well, we can't stay too long. We do have things to do. But Sten is a really good storyteller.
Sure. Yes, please, do regale us. Where do you hail from? I've never seen one of your ilk before.
That's what I said.
Well, I suppose he's not lying. He did say that, but not like that. I'm from the Feywild. There's a lovely place called the Left. But that's not what our story begins. This story is... I'm sorry. Should I go first? You did say story time. If you want the story first, you go first.
No. I'm quite intrigued to hear about this Left.
Oh. I'm afraid that's not what the story I had in mind was. No, this one, it's about, a lovely little, noble boy who, he hails from, God, where are my notes? No, where are you from? Yeah, where did it go? So many papers, I can't find it.
I'm so fucking excited.
Shit, that's not it. Endar, where are you from? White something? Oh my god, I found a bag of tea. That doesn't help.
Oh my god.
Stenner, are you feeling okay? You don't seem very confident.
And you say this is your best storyteller?
Okay.
Hey, just give him
We're
a
just
second.
making something up.
I'm pretty sure he's from Lightwood. I'm pretty sure we established
Oh.
that his last name is the same name as the town.
There we go. Okay. No, this story begins in a wonderful place called Lightwood. A story about a little noble boy who, tripped and found himself under the wrong side of a horse. Now, one fateful afternoon, he was riding his prized possession. Forgot the name of his horse. He named it.
Sir Prancelot.
Sir Prancelot. Now, to little noble boy, he was very large, very magical horse. But to the common eye, he was more of a mule. And he loved this horse so much. What was his name? Is everyone sitting around here?
At
We
this
are
point,
now.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I point to Alistair. Alistair, what was the little child's name?
Andar?
We'll call him Endar.
Just gonna kind of side eye you a little bit.
Oh man. And one day, little Endar found himself on the wrong side of the horse, and the horse started running very far away. And from the distance, now who else would come calling but Handsome Dave, Endar's great friend. And Handsome Dave walked along, who didn't look too much unlike myself, maybe a little less green, but truly lives up to his name. And
An ironic nickname, no doubt.
oh, sure. I didn't know Lightwood to have those kind of pleasantries, but now, Handsome Dave, handsome as he is, walks back down the hill, carrying the mule, and Endar, covered in mud, looking up to the sky, absolutely aghast. And oh shoot, now I'm forgetting the rest of the story. Can you help me? I'll point to Endar. What was it that Handsome Dave said?
I don't believe you've regaled me with this particular story.
No, it was the favorite punchline. It's so funny. Something about an ass or something.
Just gonna awkwardly sip some wine out of a couple different water skins.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that story really fell apart. It's so hard sometimes to just remember where you were going with it. It's been a long day.
I can't say I'm familiar with this sort of collaborative storytelling. Is this custom where you're from?
Well, yes, a little bit.
Interesting.
It's sort of easier to piece together memories or interject with maybe something that helps the story along a little more. But no, the Endar Lightwood story is so exciting. I just have such trouble remembering past the donkey part.
Yes, well, I'm sure he went to do. He went on to be quite the grand wizard.
I suppose.
Despite the
I mean, it depends what you
stumbling a little
thought.
bit.
Endar Lightwood, famous for dropping a tower on a boy.
Like one time.
What else did he do?
At
He
this
didn't
point, the
even die
Vistani.
that much.
At this point, the Vistani is kind of eyeing the two of you and is like piecing together elements of the story.
And this was the day the Vistani learned about improv comedy.
Yeah.
I remember one time he summoned a bird that turned entirely to a skeleton. That was pretty crazy.
Doctor Who kind
Like
of.
that one.
We're very body positive over here, so I prefer to think of him as a lovely rendition of what he once was.
I suppose maybe we're all the same underneath a little bit kind of thing. Except for those glaring red eyes.
They're more crimson.
I don't know that helps my case.
I think it's a little more regal.
Well, I must admit, when you sat at my fire, this was not the type of exchange I expected, but I'll admit it's entertaining nonetheless. And he kind of offers it, proffers his flask and takes another swig.
You know, I actually do write some things down, too. And I'll bring out the book, and I'll just be like, I'll start reading one of the descriptions of the trees or something. It was a lovely kind of pine. The sort of pine that, as you rise in the morning, fills your lungs with the sense of wilderness and lumberjackery.
It seems your skill with the quill is, surpasses that of your tongue.
Oh, ouch.
Almost as if I don't have to do it myself. And I'll just have the pen start writing by itself.
What a fascinating implement you have here.
You know, it's for sale. If you...
The quill, stops writing and, the feather bristles. Truly. Tell me, what price would you fetch for such a trinket?
1,000 gold minimum.
1,000 gold is a rich man's sum.
It's a rich man's object.
Well, with its skills of description, I believe that you might think it such. He drinks from his flask again.
For an extra 500, we can throw Sten in with it as well.
And which of you is Sten?
I'll point to Andar.
Well, aren't you just the
Stick
comedic?
around here, they seem like they're having a good time.
Aren't you just the comedic traveling troupe? I'm surprised
Hey, you know-
your spirits are so high. It's unusual in these parts.
I think most of us live for moments like these. It's the little things.
You know, we're actually looking for I think a friend of yours. Friend of the camp, maybe?
What's the name of this friend?
Kasimir. Is he around?
Ah, yes, he's in the main tent. Often hangs out with Luvash and his brother. As head of the Dusk Elves around here, the leadership tends to stick together, you know.
Do we know he's head of the Dusk Elves?
We do now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Classic Kasimir, honestly.
Class.
Well, he's not attending to anything right now.
I haven't the foggiest, to be honest with you. I don't imagine there's any business being done this late in the evening. I imagine they're likely reveling, and knowing Kasimir, he's probably brooding in some corner.
Lovely. Well, time for more business then.
Well, lovely to have joined you.
I'm just gonna get up. I think I'm gonna turn a little red. Well, would I be a red? Maybe a deep indigo.
Okay.
On the cheeks. Embarrassing.
All right, Irina kind of with a smirk kind of stands up and brushes herself off and starts heading towards the main tent.
I'm gonna move to go, but then wait for Mim.
I'm gonna go.
You'll hear me mutter. When I took up doing bard stuff, I wasn't planning on being put on the spot all the time.
I'm gonna get up and slap
Sorry,
the guy's
Stan.
shoulder. Be like, I'm sorry our storyteller was a bit off tonight. Perhaps we'll have another chance at it again.
Perhaps. It does seem that your group has many a story to tell. I'd be interested to hear more. Perhaps slightly more organized next time.
Yes, we'll make sure he has his thoughts about him.
Cheers, friend.
And I thought it was a good story.
It was a dreadful story.
Can I?
Well, maybe if he had a better person to improvise with him.
Completely based in fiction.
No one's named Handsome Dave. That's ridiculous.
That's preposterous.
I do. What were you saying?
I was asking. All right. Can I see if the Vistani storyteller is? Do I get the inkling that they view us as more of like a game, like an easy mark, or if they just if they're just being friendly?
Roll me insight. So you can tell that the one who was speaking more, the storyteller, definitely, as friendly as he seems to be trying to kind of gather information and directing conversation back to the group. The other at the fire seems to be quietly observing, but distinctly attentive.
Then as like the group leaves, Adumi will just like continue sitting at the fire for a second, staring at the fire. And in response to the guy to his right,
Yes.
that says about like an interesting story. Before he leaves, Adumi will go. Actually, I have one more story left to tell. It'll be quick. Actually,
I'm very interested to hear.
It's more of a fortune. I heard that the next time darkness falls upon the Vistani, and he'll like make like a closing motion with his hand, and the fire will like snuff out.
Okay.
All who crossed us would be punished. And he'll get up and he'll just walk away.
You hear the man quietly chuckling behind you as you walk away.
Ugh.
All right.
It's baller.
So, as you guys approach the main tent, Sten, you're the first to walk in. You guys see inside there's a whole group of gathered Vistani, and they're drinking and gambling and making merriment. And across the room, you do see Arabelle at the table, actually arm wrestling with the long, slick-backed hair Arrigal, who you know to be her uncle. And he is feigning, straining against her strength, and his brows creased and tense, and he seems to be fighting, and she's giggling at the other side of the table, but has both of her hands trying to push. And he's feigning being locked in resistance with her, whereas Luvash is joking with another Vistani, and Kasimir's kind of just standing with his hood down, just behind Luvash, kind of observing the room. But the whole room sounds has a warmth to it. Feels very cheery.
Is it just me? I'm whispering to Alistair. Or do these Vistani just all look like the same?
They all look like a pirate captain.
Exactly my thought.
That's the understudy of Will Turner. Okay, I'll walk up.
as you walk in, Arabelle looks over and sees you and gasps, and Arrigal kind of looks up and raises an eyebrow, and Luvash, seeing the kind of attention turns and sees everybody and stands up, and you see once again he's got this large, just very bulky, imposing frame. Friends, welcome back to my tent. How is it that I might be able to assist you?
Oh, well, first, great hero, Arabelle. I see your strength hasn't waned at all.
she chuckles to herself. Hi, it's good to see you again.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm glad we didn't kill them.
do I
Do you
have a
have
gift
another-
for her?
Do you have another flower?
Oh, of course I do. And because I can make things up to a large size, I'm going to make the biggest sunflower.
All right, so and are you just making it on the floor, or are you making it like in your hands, like?
I'll put it in front of her.
All right, so
Aw.
you start humming, and this giant flower bursts, and you do notice that as it bursts, her eyes get really big, but both Luvash and Arrigal kind of go for their weapons real quick, thinking something's up, and then see that it's a sunflower, but you do kind of see Luvash side-eyeing the flower and you, and he doesn't let go of, both of them don't let go of their blades, they're just kind of eyeing it. But she claps and thinks it's so pretty. But there is kind of a slight tension that's risen in the room. You'll recall that last you were here, he said that most of the people within camp aren't practicers of the arcane arts and aren't super familiar with them. And so they're not super trusting of things like this.
I'll just look towards Luvash. You know, if you wanted a flower, you could have asked first.
I wanna. Can I druid craft a flower in Luvash's like hair? Like, is that a thing I can do? I don't know if you can do it from thin air, or if it's just ground, or like from your hand. 'Cause it's just a tiny little cantrip.
Sure.
Hey, okay. From the back of the room, I'm trying to do it kind of subtle.
All right. Roll me a sleight of hand. Let's see how subtly you can
Cool.
grow this flower.
Doesn't even know that he has a flower growing out of.
All right. It's tousling his hair a little bit, and he can't even tell, but he does get a little flower on the side.
Yep. No,
I just need to see
what's
something.
that? No.
All right.
I don't
All right. So
But to our visit, I think we're finally ready to point to Kasimir. Take his offer. If you still need help.
Luvash kind of looks at Kasimir and looks at you. Well, if you have business to attend to, we will leave you to it. And he kind of looks around, and Arabelle, and he comes in. She kind of like sees he's serious, and she takes his hand. He says, "We'll leave you the tent." And they all go to file out of the tent.
Wow, they all just moved so smoothly.
So
Not only do they look identical, but they move in tandem.
But they
This
all
is
kind
where
of
I learned your image.
The Vistani's just a hive mind.
they all kind of brush. They like Luvash comes and holds the tent flap open, and they all file out. He makes sure Arabelle goes first, and then Arrigal waits for everyone else to file out and files out last with Luvash, who has to kind of duck under the hood of the tent. But they head outside for a brief moment. And Kasimir kind of looks at you. So, you're back.
Yes, we crossed out a checklist of things we absolutely had to take care of. Make a quick glance at Alistair.
Well, if you are still interested, I would like an accompaniment south. Unfortunately, with our dwindling supplies due to our tenuous standing with Vallaki, Luvash has sent most of our riders out for supplies. He cannot afford to provide me an escort.
Before we truly get into it, why do you need an escort? What are you expecting down there?
The journey south is a long and treacherous one. Not only is the weather cold and biting, but there are creatures that roam the mountains. There is a...
He kind of like half smirks.
local legend of a very threatening goat, for example.
I'm sorry, did you say goat?
Yes, a goat.
They're very threatening. I don't know if you've ever looked in their eyes. It's just wrong.
Its name is Songzor.
It's a very terrifying sounding name.
Who
For a
gave this
goat?
goat the name?
Those who have
Please don't say the goat.
survived it, which are few.
All right, so how is that on par with the monsters of the forest that you might find yourself in company with?
The forest is dangerous, yes, but the creatures are smaller, more temperate. The creatures of the mountain passes, they are fierce, stubborn. They have a iron will to live about them that the creatures down here lack. A lack of fear. A ferocity for survival and for food. Also, our ultimate destination is perhaps one of the more treacherous places in Barovia.
I dare say we've been to the most treacherous place.
You've been to the Amber Temple, then?
No. But what's
Then-
that?
I dare say you haven't been to the most treacherous place. The Amber Temple is a scar, a remnant of a bygone age, haunted by dark spirits and ancient powers beyond recognition or understanding.
Could you show us on the map where that is?
Of course.
You pull out the map and he walks over. Doo-doo-doo.
Map, cool. It's a cool item. Shared inventory. Everyone has it.
He points down to how do I do the circle? Yep. Oh,
Sorry, what's wrong?
what's wrong?
Oh. For a second, I thought you said Hewitt right there.
Oh
No,
no.
he said, "Whoop,
Oh, okay.
Whoop.
I heard whoop whoop, and then I said Hewitt, and I'm like, what?
you."
Um and we'll make that the same ish. Oh, come on.
I'm already here.
And the fact that making just a filled circle is such a difficult thing on this is so stupid. 100% pass. There. He marks it on your map.
It is nestled in the mountains to the south.
And then I assume we're going through here. What is that?
That is the Lenka Pass, an ancient bridge, once part of a southern kingdom, no longer standing.
Are there monsters there?
Perhaps. The place is abandoned, but there are certain enchantments that have stood the test of time from those that came before. And, as I said, there are denizens of the southern mountains that make their homes amongst the hills and hunt along its borders.
Just looking around at us. We're not wearing very warm clothing, right?
No, not particularly.
Nope.
Yeah. And neither is Kasimir, right?
He is not. His cloak is fairly thick. Basically, you notice his cloak is fairly thick, and he has a book strapped to his left hip, and he's got a ring on his hand, as well as just like a small dagger on his right hip. But otherwise, his clothing's fairly unassuming. The cloak does seem fairly thick and furred, but not necessarily enough for like a deep winter.
So if we're going somewhere, harsh environment, very cold, how do we prepare for that? You don't have a lot of resources here.
He kind of puts his finger and turns the ring on his hand. He says,
I have protection from the cold, but for the rest of you, you will need furs at least.
A good joke, but
With a potential exception for you, but I'll admit your coat seems that of the spring variety rather than a deep winter.
I have to agree. Maybe it is just out of curiosity. Why we have the map open? What is this?
That structure there. That is
Yes.
Argenvostholt.
Come again?
Argenvostholt.
Freaking
It is an ancient stronghold.
Not related to the ancient kingdom. Yeah?
Built in similar eras, but I believe separate jurisdictions. There was a order of knights that called the place home once. Served under a banner of a dragon.
Wow. Wouldn't be a powder blue symbol with a silver dragon?
I know of the Silver Dragon. I do not know of the nature of their banner. I know it's been abandoned for many years, however. Also haunted by similar dark spirits. Not as threatening as the Emperor Temples, but still lingering voices.
And we're going to the Ember Temple, or just nearby?
The Amber Temple is my destination, if you would have it.
Well, what does everyone think?
Well,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say I don't think we have any other better leads for now, so I think we
You
should just
happen
follow.
to know a faster way to get there?
That depends. Do you have horse or some way of traversing a river?
Do we have horses? No, you gave us the horses last time.
I did not provide you the horses. Luvash provided you the horses.
Your camp.
It is possible we could ask Luvash for horses, but I imagine it would be a paid arrangement.
Just so I'm clear. We have to pay to help you?
No, you...
We have to pay to help them faster.
I am not in charge of the camp's resources, unfortunately. I only am in charge of those of my kind within this camp. I am, unfortunately, under Luvash's jurisdiction, as he provides my people protection where otherwise we have none. Or what remains of my people. We have suffered greatly.
I
Well,
would
I-
very much like to not walk.
I don't know that we have funds to get warm clothes and horses.
I suppose clothes first, then.
I suppose. Luvash doesn't carry any warm clothes here, does he?
It is possible he has a few furs from the local hunters. We have needed to stockpile since Lady Wachter took control of Vallaki.
How do you have protection from the cold?
He once again kind of rotates the ring.
Enchanted. It provides basic warmth in inhospitable circumstances.
Where'd you get it?
It was my wife's.
Where'd she get it?
I'll be honest, I never asked. I believed it was a family heirloom.
May I look at it for approximately 10 minutes?
Am I with my presence or without?
Sure.
If you'd like. Any...
You can even keep wearing it if you'd like to hold hands. Just
He slides it off and he gingerly puts it in your hand, but he stands directly in front of you.
All right, I'm going to cast Identify as a ritual.
All right.
I see you are also a practicer of the arcane arts.
I see you also like to talk to people when they're concentrating.
Got him.
Apologies.
Perfect. So I just want to make sure we're recapping what we're getting into. Very cold, scary goats, and dark spirits. Are those all of our woes?
As far as I'm aware. But as I said, the path is a treacherous one. It is impossible to predict everything we will encounter.
And when you say dark spirits, I'm not sure I know what you mean.
The term is encompassing of multiple entities, at least that I am aware of. You see, the Amber Temple is a cursed place. It was built by a group of ancient wizards who hoped to cultivate their collective knowledge in a temple hidden away in the mountains. But the nature of this place, the curse that befalls it, it was not long before the wizards succumbed to dark impulses and influences. They killed each other, and their spirits are still said to haunt the temple itself. Although it is rumored that their knowledge remains there. No one has dared visit for many years, for fear of not only the potential wizards that may still inhabit the place, but whatever forces within that may have corrupted them.
And so you want to go there to... Why?
I believe it is
I'm
the
not
only
following
place
why
that
this
may
solves
have
that.
what I seek. I've been tormented by dreams of my sister. She seems to seek some sort of solace, some sort of closure. And I believe that perhaps the temple may have knowledge of how to restore her to life so that she may achieve whatever it is that she still needs.
Well, definitely sounds like knowledge won't accidentally be found outside the temple, so...
She was a victim of Strahd. And I believe that perhaps the temple may have knowledge of how to end this curse and avenge all those who suffered at his hands.
Well, I'm interested in helping. But, we need a team vote, so...
I'm in.
Yeah, I think I would be okay with this.
Are we sure we want to visit another location that could be potentially corrupting after what we witnessed on our last visit to a
So
powerful
that would be
location?
if there's truly information on how to break the curse, then I think the risk is worth it.
I agree.
Also, I fear that corrupted locations are just kind of the norm.
I assure
And
you.
what about you? And what about you?
What? My God. Like 3 more minutes.
We're making a very important decision right now.
What?
Do you want to help him?
Sure.
All right.
I'll very deliberately go back and close my eyes.
I assure you, whatever experiences you may have had up until this point, the Amber Temple will be like nothing you've ever witnessed or visited before, at least in Barovia's confines.
Mim, are you all right signing up with almost certain death to not only help Kasimir, but the chance of lifting the curse on Barovia? What information on? We all said yes, but no pressure.
That what?
We're taking a team vote on helping Kasimir, but Kasimir told us that
It's really
there's,
dangerous.
nothing but terror.
Yeah, Mim's totally down. Yeah. Yep, I'm down. Totally. Super good. I just think he'll owe us a lot when we're done. If we're still alive.
That may be true, but unfortunately I cannot offer much in terms of payment, other than my gratitude and perhaps service.
I don't really care about money anyway. I can get money easy enough. But yeah, you can help us.
You seem to know, I don't know, at least these areas around the river very well. How long have you been here?
It has been near 150 years.
Well, you look great.
And about this point, your identify will finish. It is a ring of warmth. And as far as what it does, it is pretty much right on the money. He has the wearer has resistance to cold damage, and everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures as low as 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Boy, that's crazy.
All right, I'll give it back to Kasimir. This is quite the ring you have.
Yes, it is. A prized possession. One I hope to take to my grave.
150 years is a long time. And it's quite the walk over there. Wouldn't mind hearing some stories about this place.
I'd be happy to share what knowledge I have. Know that much of that knowledge is a heavy burden to bear, however.
I think you'll fit right in.
Then, shall we head off in the morning?
Real quick DM question. Is
Fine.
Kasimir one of the leaders of this Vistani group? Like it's like a council type deal?
From what seemed to be implied, he seems to be the leaders of the Dusk Elves of the camp, but they seem to be distinctly below the jurisdiction of Luvash.
Got you. Okay.
He has to
Do they-
answer to Luvash.
Do they serve in like a protective capacity, or
It
Or they
almost seems
just-
the other way. It seems that the Vistani are protecting the Dusk Elves,
okay?
and the Dusk Elves, by in exchange for that protection, provide services. Also, a Doonby for sure, and then probably Mim and whoever out of everyone who's traveled the camp, anyone who feels like they've traveled around the camp a little bit, roll me a history check.
Did I see?
Also, can we put back on that screen?
Yes.
Would you look at that?
Wait, did I do history? No, I won't.
Yeah, you did history.
Oh, okay, cool. I did. Sorry.
Is that a nat 20?
Total.
Okay. So all three of you, as he's talking and kind of you're thinking about all the elves that you've seen and the kind of dynamic between the Vistani and the elves, you realize every elf you've seen has been male.
Interesting. Kasimir, I have one question to ask. I've been noticing around the camp, lots of elves about, but I've seen no woman. Is there any reason for that?
The reason is they were all killed.
But by who?
Who do you think? Strahd von Zarovich.
Why would he do that?
Is it the same time as your sister?
Shortly thereafter, he took my sister as one of his accursed brides and expected us to kneel before him for blessing us with such an opportunity. And when my people refused, he waited until he grew tired of her. And then he locked her away deep in his crypts and came here, slaughtered every last one of our women, leaving only the men, and left us to die. The Vistani came after. We were but a husk of our former glory, and recognizing us for recognizing our pitied state, they offered us protection. My people were never particularly welcome in most places in Barovia, but this hill had been our home, and it continues to be, although it is no longer ours.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, Kasimir. Please know that we share the same opinion on Strahd.
Well,
When,
Go ahead.
when would you like to leave, Kasimir?
are you willing to leave at daybreak?
I'll look around to the rest of the group.
Say more then, yes.
I will attempt to negotiate with Luvash for horses.
Kasimir, one more thing you could tell him. Outside of camp, just before we came in, we ran into this man, and I'm going to disguise self Rictavio.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen this man before? Kind of presenting myself.
I do not know him, but I know his description. He is a bard, correct? One who, until recently, was a regular in Vallaki.
Yes, claims to be, and I'll drop it. He appeared to be trying to ambush the camp. We've known him well enough that we were able to drive him off and get him to focus on something else, but I'm worried he might come back. And your people are here, and that little girl is here, and, well, I don't want anything to happen.
Is there any particular reason to worry about a lone bard? Did he have...
He has a giant tiger.
Kasimir kind of slowly nods.
Perhaps you should represent this to Luvash. He might be interested in potential details.
More than happy to.
And he goes to stride from the tent. What is going on with my ability to control tokens? There we go. He strides from the tent, and Luvash and Arrigal are kind of playing pat a cake with Arabelle, while some of the other Vistani are drinking, and you can see that the fire is relit. But Kasimir comes.
Luvash, our guests will be offering the escort to the south. We were wondering if it was possible to arrange for some of the riding horses.
Luvash kind of looks up and looks at him and looks at you, Alistair.
Well, riding horses could be arranged, of course, but the journey south is a long one, and it is unlikely that all of the horses will survive. What is the proposed price?
DM, can you remind me what it?
Oh,
Can you
sorry.
remind me
go
what it was last time?
Last time he lent them to you, for a certain amount of days for free because of helping Arabelle.
I think we got 3 days for free, and then we paid for 2 more. Or something
Correct.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember offhand, but I am looking up.
Well, the
What
price
it
could
should
be a favor.
Whatever you look up, times it by 1,000,000 because Barovia.
I believe it was 25 gold per day per horse.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems ridiculous.
That's a lot.
It's yeah. I mean, it's stupid, but
Wait, didn't they give us like a super discount?
They gave you the first few days free. And I think you negotiated down. But
Like, didn't you say like farmers get like paid like 25 gold a year or something like crazy like that before?
so generally base rules, buying a horse outright is 50 to 75 gold, and renting a horse is generally around 10 a day. Because Barovia and the fact that the horses are incredibly valuable resource to the Vistani and crucial to their not only nomadic lifestyle but their ability to function, and the fact that you're going to a particularly risky place. He can't.
How many horses? How many horses do they have? Or do we not know?
You can see around the tent there's a good chunk, but tough to tell at first glance. You know that they mentioned before that they're limited in the sense that they're constantly having people either go travel to get things or do things for the camp or scout or whatever, and so they only keep a limited amount at the camp.
Would the horses even be able to survive the climate there?
Did you follow Alistair and Kasimir, or are you asking the rest of the group in the tent?
I'm following them.
Okay.
I just didn't follow. Yeah, I just didn't move my guy.
No worries. Kasimir kind of turns.
The horses should be able to withstand the cold for a few days. If we're longer, then perhaps a week. It could threaten their health.
Have we seen anywhere that has like wagons or anything?
The whole circle is made up of wagons.
Well, but also like towns or farms or things we've passed, like
Generally,
that would
no. Most of the wagons you've seen are Vistani. Most other people don't seem to have enough people to justify wagons. You've seen a couple. The closest you've seen are some carts of like hunters with pelts, but never like a full covered wagon.
carts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've seen
We
some
could
carts.
just ride in a cart, 2 horses and a cart.
Luvash, I have something to tell you that I think might be, well, we could make it mutually beneficial, but, do you mind coming back in the tent? Because I need to, cast, and I don't want to spook people.
He kind of raises half an eyebrow, and he looks down at Arabelle, and he looks at Arrigal, and they both kind of lock eyes, and you can see they're doing the like communicating.
If you want to bring along a man, that's fine.
He kind of snaps, and one of the other guys from the circle behind him kind of looks up, and he gestures over.
And he says, "All right, I'll follow you." No funny
Going
business.
back. Of course.
And the 3 of them all follow you in. Kasimir, Luvash, and this other man are all in there with you, and especially Alistair, like just being alone in the room with the 3 of them. Luvash is this huge bulky bear of a guy, And then the Vistani that he chose seems to be one of those kind of like wily, kind of lithe, seems to be kind of has a small, like, not almost like a kunai, but like a small shiv almost that he's like kind of twiddling between his fingers. And Kasimir's got his cloak tied, and you realize that you're in a tough crowd here alone in this tent. But Luvash kind of turns and says,
"And what is it that you would have me know?"
On our way up to camp, we ran into somebody that we came across in our travels. And he looks like this, and I'll do the same thing again. Rictavio.
okay.
Do you know who this is?
I do. His name is Rictavio. He is a bard, formerly of Vallaki, and also sometimes spent some time at a tower northwest of here. Although my scouts have informed me that that tower no longer exists.
I will drop it.
Wait, are we? I would have followed. I don't know if everyone else followed.
Right,
Sorry.
so you come on in.
Sorry, I didn't know.
No,
I
you're
just
good.
assumed that we were there. Did you say he was formerly of the Vallaki?
Just that he spent time there,
Oh,
I've
right.
been
I thought Vistani.
staying
Sorry.
for a number of months.
I do believe that he meant you all ill will. He was stationed just outside of your camp with a very large tiger. And when we walked up, we heard Sikkim. And when he saw us, he calmed the tiger down and dropped it. But he left for now to go find a friend of his that we told him was in danger. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But I want you to know because just in case he plans to do it again.
Luvash kind of looks you up and down.
Tell me, how is it that you convinced him to call off this tiger? I am familiar with its formidable reputation.
You're familiar with Madame Ava, yes?
Of course.
Madame Ava kind of pointed us in his direction. And we ran into him one time and had a long conversation with him where we found out he's basically an asshole. And he, well, we didn't get off on the right foot and said that we'd talk again some other time, and this just so happened to be the other time, and he's still an asshole.
I'm aware he's not particularly fond of my people. But a brazen act such as that seems out of character. If what you say is true, you've done me and my people yet another service.
He thinks for a moment.
I'll propose you a deal. Rather than the standard 25 per day per horse, for escorting Kasimir, I will give you 20 per day per horse. And if you are able to bring them all back intact, I'll give you...
You can see he's doing the math and the distance in his head.
I'll return each of you 50 gold for every horse brought back in good standing.
That, that seems more than fair. I was wondering though, is there any way we might be able to rent a wagon instead? Take less of your horses? Leave some here for your men if the need arises?
Unfortunately, the wagon serve as my people's housing. If we were to lend you a wagon, some of my people would not have places to sleep, and if we were in any sort of dire circumstances, need of evacuating, I would not have the capability to relocate all of my people. It's possible that some of these people could be put on horseback and sleep under the night sky, but it would be a more expensive arrangement. It's a significant risk.
Sorry, thinking. If you'll allow me to get together with my whole group and then come to you with a decision, if that's okay.
Of course. And he turns to Kasimir. And when will you be leaving? Kasimir. Hopefully in the morning. At daybreak. Luvash nods. Then you have until then to decide. And he gestures, and him and the other Vistani turn. And as they're about to leave the tent, he turns back. Is your business concluded, or shall I keep the people outside further?
It's concluded. Thank you, sir.
All right. And he opens the door and like whistles, and the rest of the Vistani come back into the tent. And you can see they're all starting to, at this point it's pretty late, they're starting to move to bedrolls, and they're starting to kind of put out the fires. Kasimir walks back out with you.
Do you have any clothes for sale?
Fuck. I forgot to ask on that one, but I'm sure we can in the morning. As far as travel goes, and I'll recount everything that went on for people who weren't in there. So it really depends on if we want to put them out a wagon or if we want to go by horseback.
I think horseback would be better, a little bit more nimble if things pop out.
And very generous offer, but I don't see horses coming back, let alone a wagon.
What if we just walked? I'm sure it would take more time, but then we don't have to be beholden to anyone.
It's true. Also, probably would only shave a day off a trip if we had horses, right?
Probably. We can handle ourselves anyway.
I would happen to agree either way. Kasimir, Irina, your opinions?
I am comfortable traveling however we deem appropriate, as long as we make the journey. I am able to adapt.
And Irina kind of thinks for a moment. I think the horses may be convenient if we're able to afford them. I think they're definitely a wiser option than a wagon that could get damaged when we don't have the means of repairs. But as for whether we borrow the horses or we walk, I think that depends on how much strain we want to potentially put on our relationship with these people. I imagine they'll be upset if we borrow horses that we can't return, as much as it would make our journey more convenient.
Sounds like walking it is.
And perhaps we use that favor for warm clothes, travel gear.
Sure. We could also get horses and drop them off at the winery. Have a riding company go and collect them later. Or really save a day. But
Save a day for 100 gold. Potentially anything that goes wrong with these people annoying us for more favors or more whatever.
I'll move my cape around and show the bag of money on it. 100 gold doesn't cost us anything.
Are you showing us like actual money or like things that you?
So
It's the patch, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a patch that shows a bag of gold in it.
Sorry.
I will point out, dropping them off at the Wizard of Wines would be a safe option. Detouring to the Wizard of Wines does add a couple hours just down the path from the main road, in addition to the fact that the day gets cut off using the horses the whole way. If you only use them that first third, you'll basically cut off about a third of that day's worth.
Because the whole length towards it is 2 days, isn't it? 2.5 days?
No, for on foot on the path, it was 6 days. Here we will.
We could always just
So
take the horses. Or can we buy the horses? Maybe like have them for ourselves and not have to return them to anybody.
They're very valuable to the people. I'm sure they wouldn't sell to us.
But he knows that like there's a chance that the horses won't even return, but he's willing to like rent them to us. He could make more money for the horses probably not returning if we just buy them in a way.
We could buy them, but these people are probably not going to give us the best price. We could, I don't know. If people want to, we can.
Oh.
Honestly, we could just leave in the morning, walk there. It would take an extra day or two, but
so it's
then we
33 miles on foot along the path. So that's 5.5 days on foot, and then if you were to use horses and make it 8 miles each, it's just over 4 days. But the Wizard of Wines, you'll notice, the fork is actually up here, and then you have to travel all the way down this way, off the main path. And so
here.
Yeah, you'd have to cut through the forest.
Well, it's pretty late. Maybe we can find somewhere to sleep for the night, and then if we really need to decide more, we can decide in the morning.
Sounds good to me.
You are more than welcome to join me in my hovel. It is admittedly cramped quarters for such a group as this, but at least it is a roof if you do not have one.
No, I appreciate the offer, but we have a roof always in and out. for 10 minutes.
Very well.
I think he averages a lot more than 10 minutes.
In that case, I will join you here at daybreak. Good night.
And he turns and walks.
For what it's worth, if Andar, you wouldn't mind doing a tiny hut, I do think we should probably walk away from camp a bit.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe that ambush spot, the bottom of the hill.
Sounds good.
Arena starts heading that way.
I mean, very large bush. Be wild to say ambush spot. Have someone overhear me.
All right. Andar starts casting. Mim and Nadunbi, I presume you both are joining as well?
Yeah.
Whoop.
There you. Toss side.
All right, so Andar starts casting, and Irina starts settling down the bedroll. So, what do you think is wisest?
Personally, my boat is on clothes. Make sure we're warm and well kitted. Also, a Doomby, maybe armor. Should they have it?
That would be wonderful. Although I'm not sure. Did we ask them before if they had armor?
I don't know if it was them or somebody else.
I can't
remember.
ask, so why not? In the morning, armor, clothes, and then we'll be on our way.
Sound good with everyone?
It's a good plan. Irina, that dream you had the other day about being a knight? When Kasimir told us about the place at Argan...
Argenvisthold.
Yes, did that ring any bells?
I've read about it. It definitely sounds familiar. From what I've read, everything he said is true. It has been abandoned many years. I also know it used to be the home of the Order of the Silver Dragon, the group of knights and paladins who considered themselves protectors of these lands before Strahd came about. I believe that the Order fell during the war with Strahd, or if not during, shortly thereafter. I don't remember much else, though.
How long ago was the war?
I believe 250 years? 300 years? Before Tatiana died. But not by a great deal.
That means Kasimir's been here for nearly majority of Strahd's rule. That's a heavy burden.
I stand corrected. Strahd's been here for 800 years.
That means he's been here for nearly.
So, this would be, the war would have ended around 825 years ago, 820 years ago. Somewhere in the, I'll say in the ballpark of 815 years ago.
Okay.
That seems accurate.
Nearly 20% of Strahd's rule.
Also, elves live a fucking long time.
Yeah, they do.
Hell yeah, they do.
It's like, oh, it's like a couple hundred years. It's like dusk elves can live 1,200 years. I'm like, oh.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, man.
12
Guy
lifetimes.
Gax loved Lord of the Rings.
So, I stand corrected. But we'll say
So
Strahd's been here for 815. I'll say we'll amend Kasimir to have being here. We'll say 447.
That means he's been here more than half the time Strahd's been here.
I wonder how long ago his sister was killed.
He's going to be a good person to ask about everything.
As haunted as he may be. And our finished casting in the dome forms.
I'll curl up and go to bed.
All right.
Yep.
Anyone want to do anything before they pass out, or
Just gonna write in my notebook for a little bit and then go to bed shortly thereafter.
right?
How's the moon tonight?
It is waning. It's been only a couple evenings since the last full moon. But not yet a new moon. Still just it's waxing is growing, waning is going away. So yes, it's probably about a 3/4 crescent waning.
Like a gibbous moon?
I don't remember my moons. I'll be
that's
honest.
the opposite of crescent.
It's
a full gibbous, half crescent new.
yes. So it would be gibbous. It would be
God,
gibbous
dude, I feel
approaching.
What a geeky thing to just say out loud with confidence.
It is gibbous approaching half.
Okay, then I will not worry about a dune bee.
All right. Everyone is going to get a long rest.
Shit.
We
Alistair,
better.
Oh shit.
while you are asleep, you have a dream that you are. At first, you think you're surrounded by the mists of Barovia, and this tension rises in your chest as you start to panic, and you think that you're lost among the mists, and then some of the fog parts, and you realize that you are floating amongst the clouds. And you can't see the sky, but you seem to be in an opening of these dark, kind of murky clouds around you, and this just kind of gap floating as the clouds form and twist. And from the other end of the clouds, you see this warm, shining light that doesn't quite pierce through the cloud cover, but you can see the outline against the clouds forms. And you sense that same kind of familiar warmth that you've been feeling recently as you've become more familiar with the Morning Lord. And that warmth kind of rises within you a little bit. And from that light kind of backlighting the form of the cloud, you start to see a figure form. And at first you think perhaps this is once again another visit in your dreams from the Morning Lord himself. But as the visage forms, you see these pale features and this long, dark, black hair. And at first you think Strahd is stepping forth from the clouds before the figure coalesces into a robed figure, and you see standing before you a softer visage than that of Strahd, a more rounded, warm complexion. And he says, "Hello. I believe you are a servant of the Morning Lord, yes?"
I believe so.
I see you have encountered a bit of sunlight yourself, although
He kind of looks you up and down.
it is not with you. Do you still travel with it?
Are you talking about the blade?
He kind of half smiles.
It was once a blade. It served me well during my lifetime. It is not of the glory it once was.
What do you mean? I'm sorry. Who are you?
My name is Sergei. Sergei von Zarovich. I am the eldest of the von Zarovich line, son of King Barov and Queen Ravenovia.
And the Sunblade was yours.
For a time, it was gifted to me. It was representative of my service to the Morning Lord. But after my death, my brother had it shattered, separated.
Do you know how it could be restored?
He thinks for a moment, and you see his form starting to waver a little bit.
I do not know where its blade has gone. I believe my brother has truly managed to destroy what once was.
And as you watch, his form starts to become more and more transparent, and you can see kind of the sunlight behind him begin to fade. But as he's kind of fading out,
perhaps one with a touch of sunlight can find a solution.
and the last thing you see is he kind of looks up at you and he smirks slightly, and you get this sense of like hope and warmth before his face fades into the clouds and the sunlight fades and the clouds swoop in, and all of a sudden you feel like you're falling and you wake up with a start just before daybreak.
I'm going to turn over and grab the notebook and just start writing everything that I can remember that was just said.
All right. Everyone gets a full long rest.
Finally.
And do we want to have a potential bathroom break real quick?
Yes, I'm dying.
Love that.
All right. We'll have a quick bathroom break and we will be right back. All right. We were talking about, as everyone got back from the bathroom, we were talking about Barovia versus other modules like Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and Nick mentioned what an antithesis it would be to do the beginning of Wild Beyond the Witchlight into Death House. But it's meant to be a one shot. I have no idea how it could possibly be done as a one shot, because it took us 3 sessions when I ran it in a campaign before. But I adapted this one shot into a campaign that I was doing as a homebrew. And there's this the one shot is basically, there's like a winter festival celebration where this carnival comes to town, and all of the townspeople go to this carnival. And as you do all of the different games and stuff, you've got like tickets and you go do the games and whatever. But it turns out, spoiler alert, that the carnival is an illusion, and that most of the attractions are actually really horrific, like either like murder machines, or like there's all sorts of terrible things going on. Like you can go on the hayride and like people are getting kidnapped off the hayride and like turned into frozen versions of themselves and shit. Like it's like this totally haunted, twisted thing. And then there's literally a percentage counter of the amount of hours in game that the party spends at the carnival. The percentage of people who die that go to the carnival go up. And once that threshold passes a certain percentage, a boss reveals itself on the frozen lake next to the carnival, essentially. And it's like this revenge of the it's like a Feywild revenge, like, whole thing. It's wild. But there are ways to clue into different stuff going on or break through aspects of the illusions at each event. And if you're able to break through enough of them, you're able to realize what's going on and potentially try and circumvent it, and that will slow the progression and the percentages and stuff. But when we ran it, it took 3 days to run, like 3 sessions to run, and they managed to defeat the bad guy and like stop the carnival, but like 2,000 people died. It was like they got up to like 30% or something. And it like actually changed the population level of the nearby major city, like capital that they were by. Like it was wild. But I feel like Death House meets the beginning of Witchlight is basically that one shot. I'll have to send it to you sometime. I'll have to find it first.
Crazy.
But
I call the festival some like Festival of the Fiery Sun. So then when we get to Vallaki, you're like, hold on. What did you just say this was?
Yes, exactly. Oh, man. So, anyway, everyone gets a long rest. You guys wake up. It is that kind of gray, gloomy morning of Barovia. There's some dew on the grass, and the tiny hut has faded. The woods around you seem quiet, and there is some movement from the camp itself, but not a great deal. The cloaked figures outside of the houses are not yet out. And all of the fires around the hill are not burning. You see a couple bedrolls and a couple meandering people. Towards the front of the tent, you do see Kasimir just standing waiting patiently and kind of like looking over in your direction, but kind of just passively like checking back at you guys and then like looking out the horizon and around the camp.
Alistair, when you're writing in your journal, do you hide it?
No.
I want to try and read it.
So nosy.
Yep. Because you've been writing it a lot recently. If I've noticed.
Yeah. Do you do so sneakily? Is there a role for this?
No, I just woke up.
Well, if you're not trying to hide it, he would be able to fairly easily observe it over your shoulder. It's just whether or not you cared.
Morning, Sten.
Morning.
I had a really weird dream last night.
No stranger to those.
Here, and I'll just hand you the book.
It recounts the visions that he saw the night before.
Sergei?
I didn't really understand it, but apparently Sergei used to serve the Morning Lord as well.
I wonder if that makes more sense. Why he was where he was in Kresk. Didn't they call it the Shrine of the White Sun or something?
Yeah, the pond, the pool. Just feels like a very large puzzle that I'm trying to piece together.
Yeah, I can tell this last line. What did he mean by that? Something about being light as whatever.
I don't know, but last time I interacted with that handle, nothing happened. Everybody else felt something, but I didn't.
I mean, why not try again, right?
Maybe on the travel, yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thanks. I have yet to make a decision on how I feel about these things, but, you know, keeping an open mind.
Are you two the only ones that are up?
Everyone's kind of getting up.
Everyone's gonna get up. I love her, and I say, you don't make a decision on how you feel about things. You just feel things. It's not a decision. It's a understanding or coming to terms with.
I have yet to do that. A lot of process coming out of, well, not being able to process it. Do you flip through the pages at all, by the way?
Nope.
No, just that one?
Yep.
Okay. Like, do I have to send you things? Shit.
I'll just give you the book back.
All right. So, yeah, eventful night. Again?
It's kind of alarming how crazy yet similar he looks to Strahd, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was off-putting when he was first appearing to me. Definitely thought it was.
Interesting. Well, and I'll wake up.
And wake up.
No.
I don't know.
And we need
Time
your
to go.
persuasive abilities to purchase some coats.
Persuasive abilities.
To that point, who here, I mean, we don't really haggle for much, but who here feels confident in their haggling abilities?
I'm very confident.
I mean,
Oh yeah? Tell me about how confident you are. Convince me.
confident.
Here.
I don't believe it.
Sell me this notebook. I'm gonna hand you my notebook.
I'm gonna walk away with it.
Oh fuck. Andar.
hey, you don't need the
Oh,
notebook.
did you want this?
You were supposed to sell it to me.
You can't have it. I'm walking away.
I'm willing to buy it back now.
How are you?
I see your point. Can I have my notebook back?
Sure.
Thanks.
You're not,
All right,
Alistair.
don't
You
want-
seem to be the more persuasive one.
Oh, God. Okay.
He just gave it to you, right?
That's true. This did not work out how I wanted it to.
Wait a minute.
If you're not comfortable, I'd be happy to try and haggle on behalf as well.
Yeah, maybe come along.
I mean, we're all a little persuasive, right?
I've never had to haggle a day in my life. And I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. So I don't think I can persuade anybody. Nope. Irina's just going.
Oh, she left. I was going to cast a spell.
Oh, she
Wait.
was following Andar, but if
Oh, wait, where did Andar go?
Oh, he took off towards the tent.
Oh my god.
He's going to get drunk.
Oh, what?
It's 5 a.m. That's 5 o'clock.
Oh my. Well, it's minus 1 charisma. Have we seen anyone like actually persuade? Well, actually, you know what? Mim is gonna be like, Stan, wait, you need to do it.
Oh,
You need to do it
why is that?
because you saved my ass when I was in trouble. That one time we were playing a game, remember? Remember, you convinced them. I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but I think that's a good sign.
All right. If
Also, I mean, can I reverse pickpocket Sten real quick?
you can attempt,
I love that.
nice. Gift pocketing.
roll me a stealth sleight of hand.
Well, 13.
Right, Stan, I need a perception check.
Can it just be my passive? I notice it.
Damn it.
My passive is 15.
Also, you have all this money in your pocket.
Oh. You're right. The thing I never fall asleep without.
You now have 42 platinum, 2 gold, and 3 silver.
Jesus.
And I have
No wonder I
money.
noticed.
Wait, you had more platinum because you gave me platinum.
I didn't give you all of it.
Can you say
Oh,
it
okay,
again?
okay.
Alistair at that time wouldn't have given you all of it.
That's fair.
How much money again?
42 platinum,
Uh-huh.
2 gold, 3 silver.
Dang.
Oh my god, you gave me.
Okay. I'm going to leave.
Where are you leaving to?
Completely. Just
I don't know, greener pastures?
Yes.
In Barovia? You're gonna go rebuild my windmill?
Windmill? Oh, I'm going to buy it.
I have more platinum than you. I don't need your platinum.
I can make
It's true.
one.
She does.
he can make platinum.
I can get as much platinum as I want. You make it, you won't even notice it's gone by the time I'm gone with it.
You'll definitely notice when mine is gone. Okay. Well, I don't know if I catch up in time for them to chat. So
Dang.
Well, Andar, are you just barreling into the tent, or are you going to the front of the tent
Andar's
waiting?
gonna ruin it.
I'll
for
stop
us.
outside. I have manners.
Andar should have.
Yeah, so they'll stop. They'll stop out front. Irina would just be a little bit behind Andar, ahead of you.
But I will listen to see if there's any motion or movement or rustling.
There is
Or,
rustling
like-
in the tent.
Hello?
This one guy kind of peeks his head out.
Yeah,
Oh, you look tired.
it is early morning.
Right. Where would I go about finding coats?
What kind of coats are you looking for?
The kind of coats that keep you warm. What do you think?
What do you
Very
I think there's dress
charismatic.
coats, there's furs, there's all sorts of different kinds of
The
coats.
warm ones. We just need to be warm. And if one of them happens to be much nicer than the rest, that's fine.
You'd have to take it up with Luvash. He's in charge of the camp supplies.
All right. Do I make an appointment?
He kind of rolls his eyes.
Oh, I'll get him for you. And turns around.
Why are the horses red? Are they our enemies?
And after a moment, Luvash emerges from the tent.
I heard you're looking for coats.
Yes, apparently where we're going is rather cold.
Oh, you weren't aware of that? Yes, it's quite cold. Do you not have supplies?
But we don't have cold weather supplies. We didn't exactly pack to come here.
Well, will this be in addition to the horses then?
We were actually
Are we getting horses?
What?
I didn't hear a word over that.
We were hoping to shift around the arrangement.
All right. What did you have in mind?
Yes, coats.
Instead of the horses.
And also maybe some food and things or something if you have it. Just supplies.
That could be arranged. He looks around. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 6 of you.
Looks down at Mim.
Child-sized. Let's see.
Ha.
I think we have enough furs.
No.
Granted, it will near dwindle our supply, and we've been trying to stock up. What price would you propose?
No.
Come on, Enda, this is the fun part. We'll start at 10 gold each fur.
Let me see how that compares.
While that's going on, I'm gonna pull on your coat, Sten. Armor too, if they have it.
10 gold may serve in more plentiful lands. But generally speaking, I would say that the furs would be similar in price to the horses. So I would say similar care. 20 per. With the discount for the
He gestures.
diversion you provided.
How about 100 gold total for all of them?
Make
Because
it
one is,
105 and you have a deal. Because she's small.
He gestures to Mim.
Because she's small discount, you know. Average stature is less than average, 103.
105's final offer. Ideally in even numbers.
All right.
Well, we could get our friend Rictavio back here and hang out with him for a little bit.
105 seems fine to me.
Oh, that's fine with 105. But we have another deal to make.
All right.
Cross out the 105.
He takes the 105 and he kind of like whistles into the tent, and that same kind of bleary-eyed dude comes out and
This poor guy.
And he, Luvash gestures over.
I need 5 furs and 1 child-sized.
Yes.
All right.
Walks over, hops into a.
Other small-sized people and things and beings that aren't children. And it's a little bit offensive that everyone keeps thinking I'm a child.
I didn't say you were a child. I said you were child-sized. If you want a small person, it'll be baggy, and then you'll die of cold.
You're gnome-sized. Children are child elf-sized. I'm just saying.
He, in his like huge frame, literally like bends, like hunches down to get eye level with you.
Do you see any gnomes around here?
Cleared.
He kind of half
Anyway,
smiles.
so
That's what I thought.
Want a little more respect in this place, and I just kind of huff off and walk away.
He says, yeah, you're welcome to have a drink.
Turns back to Sten.
what do you have in the way of protective shirts, armor, anything maybe a little lighter?
He thinks for a moment.
I'll be honest, most of us don't deal with too much armor, but I think I came across something recently. It's, as far as I'm aware, it's studded leather with lynx fur.
I'll look at a Doomby.
It's not up my alley, but maybe Alistair would make better use of it.
I do think it would help.
Like I said, we don't have much use for armor. If you want it, we can make an arrangement.
What kind was it?
He said it was studded leather with lynx fur as a trim.
Okay, studded leather is 12 plus your dex modifier. Does that do any better? What you have?
Let me check. 12 plus. Does 1 better? That depends on
It's the
price.
best you can get. Might as well.
Well, if you have no real use for it, let's start at, I don't know, 40 gold.
Studded leather for 40 gold. Try.
He does the math in his head.
Normally, I would charge around 115. For what you've done for me, I'll give it to you for 100.
Wouldn't we be doing even more of a favor for taking it? It's just taking up space, right? If no one's using it.
You'd be
Let's go
surprised how much
85.
people need for armor when they're pressed for their luck.
Well, I think we need it for 85 gold.
I'll give it to you for 95, final offer.
I can't squeeze it down to 90, can I?
He thinks for a moment. Let's see how generous he's feeling.
Generous. It's like,
do-
I'm trying this 100%.
He is not feeling generous. That was almost
No?
a 17.
I can't persuade him with my massive persuasion skill.
Okay, that's fair. Go ahead.
Please. Yay!
Go
Okay,
ahead.
now I just have to not roll low. I know it's
You don't
a lot to
have worry.
ask.
You have
Okay,
like what,
here we
plus
go.
7 or something?
I have a plus 10.
What the fuck?
14.
We thought Ando
14.
was gonna.
All right.
-1 on charisma.
I'll say we'll
Nice
make
girl.
it an opposed roll. Let's see. 14
Does he have a-
versus
Does he have a passive insight
12.
if he's trying to persuade?
Well, I mean, he knows that you're trying to. He knows that you're trying to. Passive insight is like trying to sense motive, essentially.
If we
But
can get away with just double, that's a lot better than
14. With a 14, you beat his 12. He says,
All right. I'll give it to you for 90. On a condition.
Oh, all right.
90 gold. And if you happen to find anything you don't have use for on your travels that you think we might potentially benefit from or be able to trade or sell for further resources for my people, as I said, we've been needing to stock up after the recent political shift in Vallaki, which I understand is partially your doing. Should you bring back any items that might be of benefit to us or potential sales value, then we have a deal.
Yeah, we'll start right now, and I'll give him my nice clothes that I wore to Strahd's dinner.
Okay, cool. Looking at it and how fine they are.
Well, I'll admit this is worth quite a bit. I could lower it to 70 if you're willing to trade for this.
How much did we pay for them?
Well,
Yeah.
I had the clothes already
Oh, okay.
because
All right.
I'm a fancy pants. Yeah, 70 done.
So
Nice.
he takes the 70. He as the guy's coming out with the furs, he kind of the guy like looks up. He's like, grab the leather too.
They added it on.
And he like goes back in, comes back out, has the leather
I've been there,
stacked on
buddy.
top. But he brings out a decent amount of thick wolf pelts, and this studded leather armor.
Okay.
Alistair, I'll add it to you because they don't know arcane stuff.
I'll give Alistair your money back. You get 24 platinum, 7 gold, and 3 silver.
Oh, thanks.
But since it's in front of Luvash, I would like to do that stealthily.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Eight. Another 4. 6 total.
Okay. 6 total.
Yep.
He sees you passing the money, kind of raises an eyebrow.
Seems you've been profitable since last we spoke. Hopefully we can do further business in the future.
Honestly, Luvash, I think further business is always our intent. You have a good thing going here.
I appreciate that.
And he proffers a hand. And you shake. His hand fully encapsulates yours. Like, and he doesn't squeeze hard, but it's firm. And he does kind of look you in the eyes, like, but
Well then, if there's nothing else, then best of luck to you.
Oh, you know what? How about you can give this to Arrigal, right?
what is it?
I'm waiting for him to just say yes. As I'm preparing.
He kind of raises an eyebrow.
And what would that be?
How about another flower?
He kind of like, you see his shoulders tense a little bit.
What's the deal with these flowers? Should I be concerned?
Mim laughs from behind it.
No, they're just flowers, but they do disappear. after a little bit of time.
And that is the extent of their effect?
Yes.
All right. He's gonna insight check you just to be sure.
Yeah, sure. Deception roll coming in.
He's uncomfortable with it, but he trusts you.
Okay, well, I got a 27, so you better trust me.
Oh, so you are deceiving.
Well, no, I rolled persuasion. It's
okay.
but I'm gonna make a gold rose.
Okay.
Ooh. Expensive.
This only lasts for 3 hours. But tell it's from you this time.
He looks at it. He looks at you.
Thank you. This is kind.
Yes, well, she's got a day brightening giggle.
That she does. Well, then, best of luck on your journey. I hope to see you again.
And he kind of nods and turns back into the tent.
Can I have walked over to Mim, kind of out of his sight, and instantly checked my pockets? Because game recognizes game, and I want to know if he stole that money.
You check his pockets, or you check your pockets, and everything is still there. It's still intact.
Okay.
He didn't try anything.
He has some.
As much as this dude's basically a mob boss, he seems to have a certain decorum to his. He's got a certain code that he goes by.
Pirate code.
So.
I would have respected him more if he did.
Plus, he's not the pickpocket of the group.
Yeah, fair.
He's the muscly brute leader, and also the mind behind most stuff. But he's not the getter.
Also, sorry, is it a counter roll when someone's or is it their passive if you're being pickpocketed?
It'd be my passive perception.
I think it depends on the circumstance. So basically, I do sleight of hand, and then if it's something that they remotely could notice naturally, I do passive. If it's something that they would be completely unaware of, I give them a chance of perception. If you're in a crowded street and someone tries to pickpocket you, I would have it go passive. Because you could just happen to notice somebody coming up to you and getting uncomfortably close. If it's something that, like, you are in the dark and you don't know there's someone else in there, that's when I would, give you are you just lucky enough to get a perception roll? Anyway. After he heads in, Kasimir kind of...
All right. Are we heading out? Or do you have more
Divvy out the
business to
furs?
attend to?
Everyone gets a fur.
There's not one that's kind of like a greenish blue, right?
No, they're all various wolf pelts.
What does fur do for it? Get warm?
Mm-hmm.
On the road again.
Adumi, can you not wear studded leather?
Or it can, but it's dex modifier. I don't have a high dex modifier.
Got you.
It's light armor. Druids and clerics typically want medium armor.
Gotcha.
Just don't know any in Barovia that has armor, apparently. I've tried going to a bunch of places, but they're just like towns or like small gangs or something.
Metalsmithing is not a super common thing.
I mean, it's not metal. It's like hides and stuff. Most
Yes.
medium armor hides and stuff. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do, or?
I don't think so.
All right. Then you guys head out of camp. It is just past daybreak. You guys start traveling. For the sake of time, this would be a very long journey. I'm going to skip through most of the travel here, and we'll throw in some random encounters and the opportunity for conversations or any questions or other notes people would like to potentially address. Is there anything in particular anyone wants to bring up that they either want to do on the trip or the conversations that they want to have that we should address on the way?
Yeah, I'll do one.
All right. Fire.
Just sometime during travel, I want to pull Andar aside.
Okay.
Hey, about that awesome story last night.
Mm-hmm.
You've given us bits and pieces about, I guess, where you're from, but there's kind of a string that kind of ties it all together. Your friends didn't seem like friends.
What are you talking about?
Well, all of your memories you've told us about them are pranks they pulled on you.
Yes, that's what friends do.
So, are we not your friends? Or...
Well, I'm not sure. I've basically just met you.
Sure, but
Friends
The
are
pranks
people
they were
you've
pulling didn't sound
grown up
like-
with, right?
sure, but the pranks that they pulled didn't sound too much like fun pranks.
Oh, no, they were not. Not at all, no. He says pranks are supposed to be fun, though. It's bonding.
I don't know that to be true, Enda.
It's putting skills to the test.
Not so sure about that. The only skill that sounds like it's putting to the test is your patience.
Ah, yes. By you mostly, every time I try to cast anything.
Sure. Well,
See? Pranks. Fun.
do you want to go back to that?
I suppose I don't know that I've put much thought into it. Wouldn't
You
really
got an
mind
offer.
if I never went back.
You got an offer to leave, right? Whether it's true or not.
I did.
If you took it and you went back to that prank town, would you have a better time than you're having here?
I'm having a great time here.
Right. But surely this is not better, right?
I do miss the sun. Can't say I miss my friends very much, but I'm sure they'll be happy when I get back.
Well, if you decide not to go back to Lightwood, whatever,
Village, Lightwood Village.
Lightwood Village, you could always explore where I am going.
Where is that?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but first stop is back where I'm from.
I certainly wouldn't mind seeing other parts of the world. Haven't spent much time outside of home.
Hey, just give it some thought, you know?
All right. He's just gonna kind of trail off.
All right. Anyone else have any conversations they'd like to have? Going once, going twice. All right. Give me one quick sec as I am preparing for this next part. Oh, thank you. You're the best. All right. So you guys are able to travel for your first day, mostly uninhibited. And you guys start to settle nearing the end of your... There it is. Nearing the end of your day, you start to think, oh, maybe we'll start slowing down. Get to a point where it is a good place to find camp. Let me take a look at the map real quick. See where you end up. Thank you. All right, so after full day's worth of travel on foot, you guys are able to go there to we'll say you make it about there, right to where that crossroads is. Since you started very early morning, so we'll move you right here. And as you guys are approaching this crossroads, you notice up ahead of you that there appear to be figures in the road. But it's tough to make out as it is starting to get dark. And as you draw closer, you see that there appear to be 4 of these figures. And 2 of them are huddled under a tree around what appears to be a large moose carcass whose entrails are spread across the ground. And as you kind of get closer, you see that these figures are actually druids. And they appear to be doing some sort of ceremony over the body of the moose's body. Sorry. I'm trying to finish prepping this creature and give the description at the same time, and I'm failing.
You're good.
Coming up on this, can we say that I summon the crossbow?
Sure.
Do they look like the bad druids? It's like
These look like the druids that you've encountered multiple times.
I'm a stealth.
They'll see you guys on the road coming, so they're not going to be surprised, but you can stealth. And then I need damage formula. Bludgeoning. All right. Cool.
It is ready.
All right. Wait. Where's the... Need the right crossroads.
Park, a moose.
All right. Better. Let me activate this map and put you guys all on it.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
Oh, can I leave the map? I want to go
Like
away.
to reveal bucket, please?
And also throw in Kasimir. You are muted.
Stupid Mike.
Yes, it
Is
does
this like
appear to be grassy.
Oh. So,
Also, we
There are
left
trees here.
Irina at the Vistani Camp.
Oh, god damn it.
finally
It
we
was the
found
safest
somewhere to
place
leave
for
her.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, that's probably true.
All right, there we go. So let me circle everyone up, and we are going to start a combat to wrap up the day. Add combat encounter. And everyone enters combat. Feel free to roll your initiative. I will roll for them. Oh, is it not going? What the heck? I can't get him to roll.
Not rolling.
Or a lamb. Or sheep. I'll be real.
Yeah, something
I don't
appears
know
to
the
be...
difference.
It doesn't appear to be working. All right, hold on, let me... Why is it not? It says null every time I click it. Well, that sucks. In the meantime, let me do some fight music. And I'll remove Doctor Who from combat real quick. Yeah, all of them are saying null.
I reloaded and it worked for me.
Let me...
God damn.
What is it? F11 to refresh? No.
Oh, that's full screen.
F9?
5?
F5.
5.
There we go. Hold on. I now have a gray screen of death. Maybe if I go over here. Oh, Kasimir rolled. That's cool. I don't know how Kasimir rolled. Oh, it's slow in coming back. Hold. Oh, Sasha. Oh, you have a napkin on your camera. I was like,
This burger's too messy. I don't want to like.
what
Or-
what
or chat
happened? That's so funny. All right, hold on. It's taken a solid second to reload. All right, here we go. Now I appear to be back. Let me see if this works. There we go. Now we're working. We in business. All right. Stan, what did you say you were?
Already moved the dice. Let's see. 16.12.
Cool. Alistair, you said you were 17.19?
Yep.
Irina. And then Adunbi, did you roll?
I thought I hit roll, but it didn't go through.
I had to reload.
$5.14.
All right, cool. As you guys approach, they finish their chanting, and the moose rises from the ground, its entrails trailing from the ground, from its gut. And we are in combat. The first to go is Mim.
I don't want to go first, even though that's the whole point. Okay, I'm gonna. I wanna. I'm gonna move my 30 feet. 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's right, like on the bridge. No. Right? Okay, I moved 25 feet. I think. Oh my god, let me move my character! Sorry. Bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade.
Okay.
And I think... Can I hold my action for if this guy walks over here? Can I attack him? Like
You
if he
can
walks
attempt, yeah. He would have to walk into your range, but yes, you can do that.
Okay. So you'd have to be within 5 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Alistair, your turn.
Can I get to Mim?
You don't know where I went? I went in the trees.
I saw you go.
You know where I went. Yeah. At this point.
40. This, just for point of clarification, this line right here,
Mm-hmm.
Trees.
is that a tree line that can't be seen over? So, like, if I go over there, I can't shoot over it?
It's like a hedge line.
So I could shoot over it if I'm over there? Cool.
You can't forget, I'm like 3 feet tall. I can hide in it.
That's action shit. That sucks. Then I'm gonna move there. Oh, it's a wall.
It wasn't a wall.
Is it?
Can I jump over the hedge?
Yeah, you can jump it.
Okay. Do you mind moving me there because it's a wall and I can't move through it?
You can go on the bridge, maybe? Or
Boom.
Cool. And let's start blasting. So this guy right here.
Was blasting.
oh damn. Never mind.
Was it 25 to hit?
That'll hit.
Does 8 magical piercing?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot again. 15 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Still hits.
14 magical piercing.
Got it. All right. That brings us to Sten.
Dang. Nobody's within range. Sorry. Is this line, is it calculating things right?
Yes,
Do I have to
it should
count
be.
out? Okay. Okay, I will do that then. So. Move and cast Shatter. Let's do second level.
Mm-hmm.
Is a 10-foot radius, and I'll put it here.
All right. So those 3.
Yeah. They all need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Let me see if I can do that. Or multiple. There's a way to do that. Oh, here we go. Constitution. Constitution saving throw. All right. The 1 saves for sure. I think 2 fail, right?
Yeah. So the ones who fail take 13.
Mm-hmm.
One who saves, we're rounding up or down.
We round up, we've said.
Okay, so 7.
All right, so we'll say this one takes 7. And then the other 2 take 13. Cool.
Sweet.
Which brings us to one of them, who is going to cast Barkskin to up his armor. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which then brings us to the other one who's going to do the same thing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Irina. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then is going to bonus action dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Slip behind. She's going to take 1 attack of opportunity from this boy. Who will hit. Dealing a total of 9 damage as she sneaks by. He cleaves into her side. All right, which brings us to the moose.
The moose.
Who is going to charge at Irina. Its movement is 60, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And it's going to try and ram her. But Irina is going to definitely sidestep out of the way. So the moose will go careening forward, and the other 2 will, the druids will dive out. It's going to end about here. Which brings us to Kasimir, who is going to pull out his spell book and start firing. He is going to cast Magic Missile. He's going to target 2 at the moose and 1 at each of the druids. And he's going to upcast it at level 3. No, actually, you know what he's going to
do? He's going to fireball that entire area.
No, he will cast Magic Missile, but he's only going to upcast it to level 2. So he'll fire 3 into the moose and 2 into 1 into each of the druids by him. So it'll be 3d4 plus 1d4. Cool, that does it all. That was definitely still missing a d4, but that's fine. I'll do 1 more. All right, so the moose will take 5 force damage. Or no, 3 of them will take 8 force damage. The top druid will take 2 force damage, and the bottom druid will take 2 force damage. Which brings us to Andar.
Andar, looking incredibly annoyed that Irina just ran in the dead center of a hostile clump, is going to have the fire fizzle away from his hand and cast mage armor on himself.
She's going for the flank.
You can fireball Irina. Come on.
Oh, he's fucking tempted to.
She's got evasion. Alright, so you cast mage armor, and what else?
That's it.
A Doonbee.
I'm trying to draw shapes. I don't know how to like manipulate the shapes and stuff,
Okay.
but I wanted to draw a small circle.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the berserkers haven't taken their turn yet, right?
No.
Oh man, Irina made this very difficult. Yeah, I can't do what I wanted to do. I think with where Irina is, a Doomby will cast. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on the square that only hits like the 3 that are in the middle between Sten and Irina.
Cool.
So they'll have to make a Wisdom save. Or I think it's a Dex save, actually. Sorry, yeah, it's a Dex save. Sorry.
Dex save. The moose might be the only one who saves. Nope, they all fail.
Hey.
There
I have to make one too, you said?
Sorry, what did you say?
I have to make one too, you said?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can place it where it doesn't hit you.
Okay, good, because there's more than one.
So I'll be lit up with fire, and then everyone will have advantage. And I think I'll move in front of Andar and on my turn.
We'll do that. Very fun. All of them are glowing. Which brings us to the Berserkers. 5, 10, 15, 20 is going to reckless attack. '18's enough. Is going to cleave into Irina, dealing 7 points of damage. The other one is going to do the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
Dealing lots of damage. 15 as a brutal swing comes down on Irina, and Irina realizes that she put herself in a bad spot.
Yeah.
She only has evasion. She doesn't have uncanny dodge. All right, which brings us to Mim.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go freaking here and hit the berserker.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I wanna fly over. Can I fly above the berserker? Like just right there?
Yes.
Okay, so just I'm gonna be on the left of him, but I want to
Yes.
be above him. And then I want to attack Which is my... Where are you? Don't consume... attack. Oh, wait, no. I have advantage, don't I?
Yes.
Okay.
Just roll one more time.
Just roll it again. Yeah. That's okay. Do I hit?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Damn. Normal. So 12. Psychic.
Mm-hmm.
And then this sneak attack. And then 10 for sneak attack.
All right. Take a solid chunk out of this guy. But he is still standing, Alistair.
Fucking 15.
Alistair's like, Mim's too fast.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with Mim.
Why are you trying to catch up with me?
Because I have a spell that we have not seen yet that would be
Oh.
beautiful on you.
Oh, that's super funny. This is why we
But he forgets that Mim is the fucking fastest one among you, baby. Her and Irina can blaze.
I'm just gonna
I
yell
didn't
out,
even...
Mim! And then hold up my hand, and it's going to be glowing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hold my action. I'm holding
High
the spell.
five!
Okay. I don't means.
All right. Then.
I think. 4, 5. I'm going to cast Bane at 3rd level.
All
I
right.
need all of them to make a charisma save.
All 5 of them?
Yeah.
Got it. Charisma save. I think they all are gonna fail. Maybe the 15's okay.
15 is what you need.
So the one berserker's okay.
Cool.
The one on the bottom.
You're gonna be fine with that. All right. Oh, I can't read. Concentrating. There it is. Okay. And then bonus action.
Is fairy fire concentration, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Yep. I'm gonna add concentrating to you as well. And Mim.
bonus. Yeah, we'll do bonus action to Mim. Bardic Inspiration.
Ooh.
Do a D8.
Just whenever.
Yeah, you can
Damage?
use it after you roll, but before you know the outcome.
All right. The Druid Guardian is going to be the bottom one first. Only person in reach is Irina. He's going to shillelagh. And he's going to try and whack
Technically in
her.
reach?
Not for him.
This
He's
one?
to the right. Yeah.
Well, I'm above the berserker. And
Oh,
I'm-
that's true.
oh,
But
wait,
he's not
how
going to
tall
try and
is
hit
the
you. You're
berserker?
flitty.
Ugh.
He's going to attack.
That was almost a 2.
That'll
That's
hit.
so sad.
Would a minus the D4?
Oh, minus the D4. Good point.
Would a 17 still hit you if it got there? Wow.
That'll still hit her. All right.
Which berserker passed? The bottom one?
The bottom one. But right now, this is this druid. So he's going to deal 4 bludgeoning with an additional 10 shillelagh, so 14 to Irina, who he whacks her upside the face, and she starts bleeding down the temple.
Oh my
Wasn't
god.
that Mim?
What?
What?
What'd you say?
I thought you were attacking Mim.
No, he was
No.
attacking Irina. Mim wanted to be
Yeah.
attacked, but I said she's too flitty.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Can we get
Um,
cursed on
turn
the
this
Bane
music
ones?
Yes, we can put cursed on all of them. Cursed. Cursed. Cursed.
Irina yells at us for always getting into trouble, yet she's the first one to jump into this.
I think she underestimated it. All right, and then the other druid's gonna do the same thing. Cast and Shillelagh.
All right.
Gonna swing the quarterstaff and.
God.
I'm gonna make them re-roll that.
All right.
With.
You see the blood come trickling down Irina's face, and the druid winds up as his staff begins to glow to swing for the blow, and Mim throws out these silvery barbs to wrap around the staff.
I don't know how to make it go because it's trying to make me choose the target again. Are you kidding me?
He's still gonna hit. Just rather than trying to do it in your HUD, just go into your character sheet and click the spell.
It's so annoying.
I'm sorry, I don't know why the HUD's messed up.
I know it's not you. You don't need to apologize.
Minus a D4.
Minus a D4. Actually, that makes it not enough.
Thank God. There we go.
So between the silvery barbs and the bane, Mim yanks the rope, and you watch as purplish energy glows around, and his muscles seem to tense, and he swings down on the ground right next to Irina. Does manage to miss. Who are you giving advantage? Mim.
I know, I'm thinking. Well, everybody already has advantage on them, right? Because Fairy Fire and all the other things?
Yes, everyone has advantage. But it doesn't have to be for an attacking.
You what, Alistair? Oh,
It can also be on saving throws, so Irina might be a smart option there.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna give it to Irina.
All right.
I'm gonna lose it in 1 hit point, but it's fine.
She goes next.
Which brings it to Irina. She is going to try and stab into the berserker. She's going to use her cunning action.
Disengage.
I'm sorry.
Irina,
Why
leave.
doesn't she disengage and run?
Because even if she disengage, well, no, disengaging, that's true. She'll bonus action disengage. She'll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, she'll do that for now. And then the moose, seeing these ones in the back, is going to charge 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and is going to attempt to ram a Doonbee.
How dare you?
Take an attack of opportunity on.
All right, go for it. That's gonna hit.
Yeah, it does.
So you are going to take 16 damage from the ram, but on top of that, you also, because it traveled over 20 feet in a straight line, you're also going to take an additional 11. So you take 27 total bludgeoning damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
Does a 13 hit the moose?
A 13 does not hit the moose. You try and cut into it, and its flesh actually gives way, and you don't get any there's nothing where you try and hit. You are knocked prone
Oh.
Hey,
as the moose comes barreling down and slams into you with its antlers, dealing massive damage and knocking you to the ground. It is now standing over you and looking at Andar, and this puff of steam comes from its nose. All right. You are good on your concentration.
yeah.
That brings us to Kasimir, who's seeing the moose as a potential problem. 20-foot radius. Yep. Oh, but wait, I think Alistair's in that, isn't he? Let me see. Yep, that sucks. All right. No, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna bonus action. Nah, he's just gonna firebolt the moose.
Oh, did the moose take minus Bane? Would that have made a difference?
It was 24 to hit, so no, it would not have. Dealing 10 fire damage to the moose, and then that brings us to Andar.
All right, can I like hop over? How tall is this wall?
You can also just kind of kip over it.
Okay. I'm gonna run 5, 10. I sure can't.
I can do it. Sorry. That's a ruler. There you go.
20, 25, 30, and I am going to cast Scorching Ray on the moose, all 3 of them.
All right. That'll hit. That'll miss.
You get advantage on these, right?
You do get advantage, so actually re-roll the second. Oh, actually just re-roll 3 more times. We'll do them in order. Okay, so first one still hits. No crit. The second one now hits. And the third one already hits, but we'll see if it's a crit. It is not. All right, so all 3 hit.
All right, so that from the first one gonna be 7. Second one is gonna be a whopping 3. And third one 6.
Sounds good. 3 firebolts go blasting into the moose, who turns and starts flailing. Which brings us to a Doonby. You are prone under a moose.
Oh, first thing I went under a moose? Like he's on top of me?
Well, no, he's standing over you.
Okay.
His entrails are rotting and smelly right next to you.
Ugh. Alright, first thing I do is stand up using half my movement. How's Mr. Moose looking?
It's tough to tell because his guts are literally trailing out from underneath him.
He's looking dead. Okay.
He's looking troubled for a moose.
Okay. I will. I have concentration going, so I can't do anything special. So I'm just going to use my bonus action to catch Shillelagh, and then I'm going to make a melee attack against it.
Cool. Are you using a charge?
I can decide after if I hit or not, right?
Yes. That is enough.
That hits Mr. Moose?
That hits Mr. Moose.
See if you crit.
Alright, I'll use
Oh, yeah,
a
and
charge.
you're at advantage. Don't forget.
Oh, I wrote it down. Oh, yeah. Very fine.
I like how you remember that you were an advantage for concentration purposes, but not for your own roll.
Well, you know, sometimes you remember specific things.
That's true. So you do hit.
Ooh.
32 damage.
Takes
One
32
shot.
damage. You watch as the staff singes further. You get one more stack, and you get another attack.
Holy shit! I thought it was only if I killed people.
It was for the first
okay.
5 stacks.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna try to whack at it again.
Also, how many tallies does that bring you up to?
7, I believe.
Yep. That hits. How do you want to do this?
Oh,
you single-handedly just. Sorry.
let's kill the moose. Moose. Well, I'll have like a doom. He's like on the ground, the moose standing over him, and then she'll just like stab the staff up towards the moose's like entrails, and if like the moose like doesn't think anything's gonna happen, I just want like the flames like lick through like all that's inside organs and just like burn it from the inside out.
Okay. So you take the staff, you kind of like jump up to your haunches and you jab up into it, and the staff begins to cinder and sparks fly, and all of a sudden there's a burst of flame, and the moose, like, fire starts coming out of holes in its body, and the whole thing ignites as it is on fire, starts wailing and flailing until it literally just singes into sparks. You gain 2 charges for killing it. You're down. You gain a charge. You get 2 tallies. So you should be up to 9 tallies.
Right.
The moose is dead, which brings us to the berserker, who the only person in range of is Mim. Oh, it could get to Sten, but it sees Mim and thinks Mim's annoying, so it's gonna go for Mim. Reckless attack.
Which one's coming from me? Is it this one?
The top one that just moved down. 22 to hit.
Don't forget I'm here.
Yes, that's why I moved him there.
No, that's why I moved me on top of him. So I just want to make sure. Yes, it hits.
That's a whopping 6 damage.
Yeah.
And then there's the one underneath you that does the same thing.
That hits.
For 12 damage.
Okay.
Damage, which brings us back to Mim.
Wait, I gotta do concentration.
Oh, you do have to do 2 concentration checks.
Yeah, is it Constitution?
Constitution saving throw.
I do have advantage on no, it's a D8. I have to do it before I roll?
After you roll, before you know the outcome, if it works or not. So you could do it now, and on a saving throw, you would get temporary HP.
Do that.
I'm gonna do it. It's 1d8.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the D? 1. There it is.
Still not enough, though. You lose concentration.
But you gain 7 temp HP.
Thank you.
Your shadow blades the first one hits and your shadow blades fizzle out, and then the second one, taking advantage, swings up and cleaves into you.
That did not last long.
It is now your turn again. And we'll move you here so you can see.
Yeah. Okay. Are the berserkers dead? Undead? Are they?
They are undead. Yes.
Okay. I'll bonus action disengage, and then what was I gonna do? Oh, it was what's the order of Booming Blade? Is it you have to cast it and then like your next turn you make a melee attack, or I can't remember.
Booming Blade is
It's a cantrip.
you when you use it you make the attack.
Okay, cool. Before I disengage, bonus action disengage, I'm going to do Booming Blade and attack the berserker below me.
Cool.
Which is... Oh wait, I gotta do it on here. Blah. How do I... There it is, okay. Normal attack? Or is it advantage? Because are they still...
It's
Oh,
an advantage.
does that hit? Okay.
It'll hit. You can
Okay,
try and
cool.
crit though.
Yeah. Oh, it was almost there. Okay. Damage. Normal. Did it do it?
So you
I
have
don't
to
know if-
you have to roll your damage for
Oh, my normal damage?
yeah, so roll damage.
I freaking... Sorry. How do you roll damage on...
You just click the damage on the spell.
I did it. It won't let me. That's what I said.
Oh, it's probably because I think you're supposed to cast it on. It sounds like from the way that's written that it's you cast it on the weapon you're using, so you should use your like short sword or whatever you're gonna use.
Yeah. I don't know how to... I'm just... Hold on. There we go. Damage. Normal. 6 damage, but if it moves more than 5 feet willingly, it takes 1d8 thunder damage. I think, right?
Yeah, this is worded weird. Let me look it up real quick.
I think it takes more. Right?
More?
Yeah.
Well, because at 5th level.
Okay. So it
2d8.
says if the target willingly moves 5 or more feet before the start of your next turn, it'll take 2d8 thunder damage because you're level 5.
Yeah.
For the future, yes, you need to have a weapon in your hands to use it already.
Well,
you cast it
I
on
always-
the weapon. But
I do have that weapon in my hands. Because isn't Shadowblade also cast on my,
no, Shadowblade summons blades.
Oh.
And so, just for future, but for now, it'll be fine.
Alright,
So 6 damage.
6 damage, and
And if it
I'm gonna
moves, it
move-
takes
I-
2d8.
bonus action disengage, and then I'll move here.
Okay. Alistair.
So this isn't my turn yet
Yeah,
because
this
I
is
was
your hold
holding
action,
for
yes.
her to get to me. Okay.
Correct.
I'm gonna grab your hand and say, "Be safe. Go get him." This is going to appear on the back of your hand in light, and I am casting protection from evil and good on Mim. So
Okay.
until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on hitting her. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yee. Well, wait, if I was here and I moved here, can I, after he does that, since that was his, can I move back or closer, or how does
You would still
that work?
have your
You
movement.
still
Yeah.
have your movement, yeah.
Heck yeah, okay.
I'm gonna throw that symbol in the D&D chat as well, so that
It's cool. Thank
others
you.
can see it.
Move, not measure. There you go. Nim yells, "Chew!" and then goes back.
All right. That brings us to your actual turn, Alistair.
Cool. I'm running over to Irina.
Okay.
And I'm going to... Let's see, what is my biggest thing here? Cool. I'm going to tap her on the shoulder and cast Healing Light as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So she heals 3d6.
That's a significant amount for bonus action.
Yeah, it's I have a healing pool that resets when I finish a long rest. As a bonus action, you can heal one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. I didn't even have to touch her, but I already said I was going to. Spending the dice from the pool, max 3d6 at once.
That's awesome. That's really good.
She heals 9.
9 healing. Staunches the flow of blood on her forehead, and she nods at you.
And then I'm going to take 2 shots between the undead guys on this guy right here.
Cool. Fire.
18. I have advantage. Hold up. Let's see
You
if
do?
that's better. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
14 magical piercing.
You spear him straight through the temple, and his eyes roll in the back of his head, and he's dead.
Cool.
Ooh.
This guy.
Mm-hmm.
15 to hit.
15 will not hit. You watch as the bolt flies and bounces off of the bark like carapace that he's formed around himself, and he snickers to himself under his breath. Dead.
Oh, okay. The sickle that Malice gave me, I'm going to use animating performance on.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, give Bardic Inspiration to... Let's do Mim again. And it'll make an attack on this guy. I'll keep it right in front of me.
Sounds good.
I'm so inspired.
Also, real quick, it looks like you have the holy symbol of Ravenkind in your inventory. I'm going to remove that. I think it's from your D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I made it quantity 0. So.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, well then there you go. Never mind. And I'll add the sickle in as well.
Okay, thanks. Your spell is plus. Okay. So that would be a 21 to hit.
A 21 will hit.
Okay. And 10. 10 plus 13 force damage.
13 force damage.
That's my turn. Hey, I'll walk forward one. And hit me. Okay.
All right. Let me just add this to your inventory real quick.
Now, does that make sense? No, I want to be here. Never mind. I don't walk forward. That's ridiculous.
Why would anyone do that?
Yeah. But the sickle will be here.
Yep.
There's a
and
tiny barrier between us.
Right there.
You know, to enforce the barrier, let's go there.
There you go.
Now I'm done. Thanks.
Which brings us to that druid who is gonna try and sidestep around the thing to get to you, not knowing that it could hit the thing.
If it matters, he has 10 less feet of movement
All right.
because of the animated arm or animated, what is it called?
The item.
The thingy.
Yeah. The sickle. He's gonna swing at you with the staff.
Yep.
That'll hit. Or 6 bludgeoning plus 3 bludgeoning. 9 bludgeoning total.
Okay.
Which brings us to Irina.
I keep concentration on Bane.
Cool. Who's going to sidestep forward and try and stab it. Gonna use coordinated strike to give the helpful action on this dude in front of her. And then stab in with the rapier. Will not be. Oh, wait, it's at advantage. Because they're recklessly attacking. That will be enough. Unnatural 20. She'll get her damage off. For a whopping 3.
Wow.
Before bonus action disengaging and stepping back to where she... Oh, no, she already used her bonus action coordinated strike. So she'll stay right there. Kasimir is going to fire off another magic missile at 2nd level. To fire 5. Situation bonus. Plus 1d4. There we go. He's gonna fire 2 into the top one, 2 into the middle one, and 1 in the bottom one. The first 2 are going to be 4 to the top boy. Then it's gonna be 5 into the middle boy. And it'll be 1 for the final boy. Oh.
It's missing a +1 in that. For damage.
Is it?
Yeah, he does 1d4 +1.
Oh,
So
right.
+4.
So each of those take 1, which actually that kills this one. And then 1 here. And 1 more here. Which brings us to Andar.
I'm gonna shoot a fireball.
Okay.
There.
Yep.
Burn down the forest.
Amazing. They both need to make a dex save.
I thought you said firebolt, and then I saw a big ass circle on the screen. I was like, that's not a fireball.
Don't they all? Whoa.
One saves,
have-
the other doesn't. The top one saves.
Do they have disadvantage on?
All right. So
Those?
Top one will have a minus a d4.
Oh, it doesn't have minus
Yeah.
d4.
takes 37 fire damage. One that does takes half that.
Okay.
You said
This one's
37?
instantly
Yeah,
incinerated.
Okay.
The other one, half of 37 rounded up is
19.
19, so 19 damage. He is still standing, but he is on fire. As the fire dissipates, with lingering flames around the path, that brings us to a Doonby.
Nick, did the sickle save?
No way. No, he's still up though. Resilient. Unless his spell save was 7.
The 14 hit?
14 is enough.
Daniel will hurl a ball of fire from his hand towards it. Deals 7 damage.
Done. Which brings us to the Berserker, who, realizing it's in dire straits, looks around. The one person it can see closest that it thinks is still a threat is Mims up in the air. Extends further is Irina.
I'm only like 5 feet up or anything.
You're like 8 feet up because you had to be above the Berserker.
Right, but then I flew over to Alistair
That's
and
true.
he had to touch me.
I'm going to choose to reduce its speed by 10 feet because it started within 10 feet of the sickle.
Got it.
Oh my
Not
god.
that it has
I love
any
that.
bearing on it.
Also, is this the one that I?
16 just is enough.
Is this the
Oh,
one
he's
that
Bane.
He is baned. That's true.
Oh.
It's not so he can't make it.
Hell yeah.
Because that was just
Wait, but-
just enough. But
Is this the one that I did the thing to, or no? The booming blade.
no, that one's dead.
Damn it! That's so sad. I've never done it before, or I've never succeeded with it.
I don't think you've ever tried it before. But he
Yeah.
can't hit. He swings at Irina and misses. She definitely dances out of the way, which brings us to Mim.
Yay! I'm gonna kick his ass.
Kick his ass!
Dang it! Did the sorry. Attack. Do I have advantage?
No, not right now.
You have a D8 though. You'll
Unless
take
you
extra damage.
rotate around him, if you flank him, you'd have advantage.
Yeah, I might do that. Well, because I was like, he has disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, you do have
I-
advantage because he recklessly attacked, so you do have advantage.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna stay where I am. Attack this bitch. 26?
That's plenty.
Damage. 1 or 6, and then I get a type. Ha ha ha. Okay. Good job. Okay, damn it.
11
Yeah.
damage. Which brings us to Alistair.
Honestly, I'll just do the buff this fight. Fuck it. Irina's gonna heal for 3d4 again.
Let's go.
Good.
Is it 3d4 or 3d6? You said d6 last time.
This one's gonna be 3d4 because it's
Oh,
just
it's a
healing
different
hands.
thing. Got it.
Yep.
Oop, ignore that.
Which is only 5.
Got it.
And then you know what? I'm just gonna also heal her again with the bonus action. Also 5.
Done. Which
That's my
brings us
turn.
to Sten.
Okay. I'm gonna move up
Huh?
and cast punch in the face.
Okay.
Now I'll attack him with my rapier.
Okay.
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
D8. Okay, 8 slashing damage.
8 slashing damage as you slice into him.
Still
Sten
up.
steps forward and does a quick Zorro into the side of the berserker.
He's still up.
He's still up.
Okay, then with Bardic Inspiration, I will give Irina some. And then on the same move, I can move the sickle. I'll move it into melee.
Cool.
And at the end of my turn, his turn, he'll attack.
Got it.
You get advantage.
It does.
Get it? Cool. Ooh, 2 19s. Yeah, see, not my character.
Honestly, did you roll advantage? Because you should have had advantage too.
I don't think I did. Didn't matter. Rolled a 7. See?
Cool.
Sten rolls low, sickle rolls high. Crazy. Okay, so
Classic.
19 plus 7, 26 to hit.
That'll very much hit.
Okay, and then D10, 6 force damage.
6 force damage. He is still standing,
Damn,
Jesus.
crazy.
which brings us
Christ.
to Irina, who's going to step forward, fully surrounding, coordinated strike, rapier attack at advantage. Oh my god, and not hit.
She has Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, what does it add? A
A
D8?
D8.
That's what she needed.
Wow.
That brings it to 13, which is the AC. What happens on the attack hit?
So whoever she's attacking, and then whoever she chooses within 5 feet of that needs to make a con save.
I don't think it's gonna matter because she's gonna roll damage. And for the last 4 hit points, take 7 down to knock it out.
Undead fortitude.
Nah, these. So what's ironic is these are undead, but these do not have undead fortitude, which I find ridiculous.
So
But
the little rabbit explodes in thunder. Shits.
she
That's not that big.
dances up and she stabs into the chest of it, and the rabbit dances around the blade into the center, and then bursts out from the center.
Now, if she really hated myself, Mim, and the sickle, we could also roll, because we're all within 5 feet of melee.
Yeah, but she wouldn't do that.
Really? Okay.
She doesn't know who that sickle's from. I say she attacks the sickle.
All right, so that'll end our combat. You guys are at a nice crossroads.
Literally.
Kasimir walks up.
Perhaps we may camp here for the night. Before we run into any other unsatisfactory characters. Unsavory.
good idea.
That's the word I was looking for.
You each are uncharacteristically character. You know, I really panicked right there. I know what word you just said, so I don't know why uncharacteristically characteristic about.
I'm also going to remove the sickle, just for ease.
Also, Mim, you are still protected from basically just me for the next 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
And me.
Woo!
And me.
Oh yeah, you're Faye.
I'm Faye.
Oh,
Right, Alistair, put him up.
All right, Andar, where do you want to set up camp?
Oh, I'd like to go somewhere where there's not a bunch of dead bodies.
Or burn marks.
Or burn marks.
All right. You guys hike forward a little bit further into a nice clearing. Find a spot to settle down for the evening. Anything anyone wants to do before you guys lay down for the evening, or is it straight a long rest and then we'll start back up after that?
I want to.
You want to what?
I want to do something.
What do you want to do?
So we walk up a little bit, right, to the good spot where he's doing the thing.
Yeah, you find a nice little clearing.
Cool. I want to go behind the group and then cast mirror image,
Okay.
and then be like, and then kind of like come up on people and then see if they notice and react on you guys.
There is
There are 3 of me.
3 mims, all striding in unison, very jauntily.
Just waiting to see if they're gonna say something.
Adumi will look at you and like squint, rub his eyes, and be like, "Oh, I must be very tired."
Mim, how are you doing that?
Doing what? 3 mims. Doing
Doing what? Doing what? Doing what? Doing what?
Oh, that's
Are you
Huh.
feeling
Dagger
okay?
attack.
Yeah, I think I need to get some sleep.
I'm
Oh,
not
gosh.
gonna lie, this is jarring.
Mim starts laughing. She's just dying laughing.
Laughing in triplicate.
That's so...
Oh God, nightmare
Uh,
fuel.
This is so cool. Look at the power. No one's gonna hit me again.
Can I try?
Yeah. Oh, sure, you can.
I'm gonna try and throw a dagger at Mim.
Okay.
Alright.
How soon did you do this?
Like after?
Yeah.
I don't know how long was our walking. We're like walking up to spot to camp, right?
It's like 10 minutes.
So probably like within.
But like 10 minutes is very close to 9
Yeah,
minutes
that-
and
that
30
is-
seconds.
I need very specifically how soon did she do this?
Right as we're getting right as we're like about to stop at the location.
We'll say it's still up because I also don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm fine. I have
Okay.
enough health. And you're
I'm-
not gonna hit me.
I'm throwing a dagger at disadvantage because she is protected from celestials.
Hmm.
That's a 10 to hit.
Hold on, you actually have to. That wouldn't hit, but hold on. Blah blah blah. Never mind. I mean, either way, you missed. You want to try again? Mim's like, you want to try again?
Do you want me to try again?
I bet. 10 platinum. You can't hit me.
You're on. I'm gonna summon the crossbow.
No. Right.
And I'm gonna take a shot. 14.
That also misses.
Okay,
Actually, by the way, there's
2
4 mims, not 3 mims. There's 3 duplicates.
There are 4 of me. I'm so powerful.
17.
That. Wait, hold on.
So now you have to roll.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay.
So what, that was an 18.
Yeah, so that means you hit.
So you do. So he does hit, but he hits a duplicate. So one of the dagger hits a mim, and that mim vanishes, and now there's 3 mims.
And now I'm laughing. I'm like, haha, you owe me 10 platinum. And then I come down from. Dismiss it? How do you get rid of a spell when you're doing it? Anyway, it's gone. It's just me.
That was pretty great. I'll hand over 10 platinum.
And then I say, well, thank you for the, what was it you did to me there? It's kind of weird, but I felt really powerful in the sense of like, no one's going to hit me. And that, no one's going to hit me ever again. I don't have anything to be afraid of.
Yeah, it's, honestly, I think it's a little bit of both the gods. Because, whilst I feel I can protect from evil, also there's weirdly protection from celestials as well.
Well, seems like it was a spell destined for you.
Yeah, I'd like to use it more often. I think it could help any of us in a fight.
All right. Any other points you guys want to address before you guys lay down for the evening? Going once? Going twice?
Going twice.
All right. Everyone lays down and throws up the tiny hut. Everyone gets a long rest. At this point, we're reaching half moon.
No, it's almost time.
Well, it's waning. It's a waning half moon. So you still guys got a ways to go, but
Damn it.
Just wait till it's waxing.
once it's waxing,
Once
then
it's
you're in
waxing,
trouble.
We're about to. Ooh,
All right.
that's when the party finally starts.
That will be where we end for today. You guys have made it to this point on the map. That is an accurate placement for your journey.
So,
You are actually
Also-
at the crossroads that heads down to Arganville Salt.
But I made a
According to your
mistake. I'm at 10 tallies, not 9, by the way, Ryan.
Hey, so then at that point, your staff is fully. There is no longer any white. The staff is fully cindered, and casting sparks.
Okay. I've always wanted a fully cindered staff. It's one of my things on my bucket list.
All right. What a way to get there too! Stabbing an undead moose and bursting into flame.
It's really full circle, right?
Kind of is.
Yep.
All right.
Oh man, Mim's gonna have all of my platinum by the end of this campaign.
Also, I just realized
you willingly gave me like 65s.
Yeah.
mirror image on Mim is strong. It's
not concentration.
well, not only not concentration, but so this is the wording of mirror image. You get 3 illusory duplicates. If somebody attacks you and they would hit, you roll a d20 to determine whether it hits one of the targets instead of you. But if you have 3, you only have to roll a 6 or higher. With 2, you need an 8 or higher. With 1, you need 11 or higher. Which, like, whether or not it hits the duplicate is still kind of random because you don't get bonuses to it. But if something does hit a duplicate instead of her, a duplicate's AC is 10 plus your Dex modifier. She has a Dex modifier of 5, which means that each of the duplicates has almost as high an AC as she does, because she is 16 and all of them have 15.
Oh, wow.
And so
it's hard to kill.
That was one of the spells I was thinking about taking, was Mirror Image.
Oh man, I'd have to teach you it.
That's true.
And literally that gives you a bunch of free hits if you can just get the rolls to hit them instead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mirror Image is a nice spell. Big fan.
Pretty strong.
It's not concentration.
Huh?
I'm glad it's not concentration.
Yeah, because like I could do Shadow Blade and Mirror Image, but Shadow Blade's concentration, but I only have 2 level 2 spell slots, and that would take both of them.
Yes.
First for big fight.
All right.
Also, protection from evil and good on you, Mim, is kind of insane in this module because we fight undead so fucking often.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's a lot of undead things.
I was like, man, my HP is so low compared to everyone else except Irina, I think, and Andar. Or Andar still has more than me, I think.
No, Andar's a beefy druid.
Are you talking about your AC?
No, HP.
No,
HP.
HP. I can't remember, but
Yeah, we're all pretty beefy. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
you guys have a beefy ass party. Irina feels flimsy, and Irina's very in line with what would standard be for like a rogue of that level.
I thought rolling HP I would get low HP, but then I just kept rolling like 7 and 8s on my hit dice.
I think I'm 1 under average right now. Like 75 is still a lot of HP.
Yeah, it's a lot.
yeah, it is.
Well, all of you have decent con modifiers too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
My con's one of my highest.
It
My
helps.
dex
Oh.
is highest and then con.
It's my con and then intelligence. No, I mean dexterity, intelligence.
All right. Well, I think then that's where we'll call it for today. Thank you everybody for playing. We'll see you guys next
y'all.
week. What's funny is out of everything I prepped, we didn't get to any of it.
Yeah. Well, you're prepared for
I
next
was
time.
like, oh man, they're like, I don't know how far they're gonna make it. All this stuff. You guys spent so much time in the camp that I prepped everything south of you.
Oh.
Are we on next week? Mother's Day?
No,
I'm
I
out.
don't think so. Yeah, because Sten's out. Well, so
Okay.
Sten's
There's
out,
2 or what?
so we have to figure out if we're doing we're
Is
continuing
anybody
or not
else out?
as of now.
I will let you know. I do not know yet.
No worries. Just keep us updated. If there are 2 or more out, then we'll pivot, either do a one shot or something else, or I can always post the Boy Scout one shot we did as a backup episode, because that's the last backup I've got, baby. And then we'll go from there. So just keep you updated.
Sweet. Cool. See ya.
All right, thank you,
Bye.
friends.
Thanks everybody. See you soon.
See ya.
Bye. All right.